And we return.
A whole 2 minutes early.
I mean,
Are we on?
yeah.
We're on hard live.
Hard live, let's go.
Hard live. Live hard.
Yeah.
Life is hard.
Live is hard. Live,
Live
I
is
don't
hard.
like living right now. How is everyone doing today? How are my fellow wanderers?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself, amusing Thalia?
I am doing rather swell. Xanalis Grim on Blue Sky at Xanalis Grim.
I will throw you. What do you got going on? Who are you?
That's such a fucking good question. Oh god. Doing some existential reaching here.
It's time
I think
for
it's
crazies.
probably Addie and drama today.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah.
Well, where can the good people find you? What are you up to?
I am Amusing Thalia. You can find me at Amusing Thalia on relevant social media. If you don't find me there, it's not relevant to me yet. Other than that, you can find me doing other things on other people's channels most of the time, usually Distortion Devil for now, but I may appear elsewhere. I literally, I don't know. Other than that, I'm doing things on Monday and Tuesday. Monday, tomorrow, I am going to be doing some Deltarune after the good fellows Skelly and Saris in this call finish up their thing. And then after that, on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing some TTRPG stuff, also featuring Skelly, who's going to talk about some Super Mario stuff. It is technically 5e, which does kind of break our rule, but we're going to be focusing on Skelly's homebrew stuff and the stuff they're adding from Paper Mario, which I think is going to be very cool. And we're going to get to talk about some interesting mechanics. Other than that, I do D&D stuff. I have been told to start advertising my map services. I draw maps. I draw very good maps. If you have ever seen Cazador's Guide to the Cosmos, or if you follow Distortion Devil, and you like any of the maps on there, and you want custom bespoke maps for your stuff, you can hire me. I make maps.
They are really good. They are
That-
legitimately really good.
Thank you. That is all that those are my things. I'm going to dribble and toss the skull to the skeleton of the day, Skelly Alpha.
I'm a skeleton of a day.
You are the skeleton
Which
of the
day?
day. I've nominated you.
You are the
It's
skeleton
Sunday.
of our hearts.
Sunday. Okay. Oh,
He
what an
is
honor.
the skeleton of the day.
Hi, I'm Skelly Alpha. I can be found under Blue Sky and Twitch under the same name. Last week I started the first session of the first tabletop game on my channel, which was the Paper Mario one. It went fantastic, and we're going to be continuing every Thursday. As well this week, of course, we're going to be doing off with Pepper and Saris. Going to be doing the Deltarune voiced run through with Leah, as well as doing the tabletop RPG talks with Leah on Tuesday. Other than that, it's probably going to be just a lot of Minecraft and Art Fight, because Minecraft and Art Fight. And that's really me. So I will throw it over to I'll throw it over to Kaz.
Hi, I'm Kaz. You can find me mostly on Instagram at KazTastropheCos or on Blue Sky. And like an idiot, I realized that I spelled my Blue Sky name wrong. So it's KazTastrophe on Instagram, KazTastrophe on Blue Sky. I don't know if I can fix that. But I am still in the throes of preparing for a competition cosplay that is coming up really, really, really fast. And in true Kaz fashion, I have completely thrown away everything that I'm working on to do like 3 other things right now because I needed a break.
Breaks are
I
good.
am also, yeah, breaks are good. I am also going to be hosting an event in a couple Sundays from now. If you are local to the PDX, like Oregon, PNW area, and want to do some cool like cosplay art market stuff, I'm going to be hosting a cosplay fashion show at Umi Events, which is taking place at the Portland Oaks Park. So that'll be really cool. But besides that, I'm just sewing. Arting sometimes, but mostly sewing. But yeah, that's me. I'm gonna nominate Saris.
Oh, that's me.
Oh,
You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixel. In terms of streams, we've got Deltarune and we've got the Scrunkly Cat Afternoon tomorrow. No Tuesday. No Tuesday. Huh. Friday, we got Cazador's Guide to the Cosmos over at Distortion Devil's channel, where we are in the thick of it officially. Let's see here. I believe Saturday we're finally back for some No Love War Extra. I'm so sorry it has
Yay.
been so long, but we're back. I'm fingers crossed, knock on wood.
You're so back.
Yeah. I will say I've got a couple of things cooking in the background, where we shall be making probably announcements here soon. Shifty eyes. But other than that, that's where you can find me. Zan, did you go?
Nope.
I'm picking you, Zan.
Yay! I'm Sarah's favorite and definitely not last one to be picked. You catch me over my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/channelscrim. I would say this week, but everything is fucking canceled. So if you want to find out what I'm doing, because there might be some surprise streams other places, going over onto my Blue Sky as Analyst Grim. And that is me, so I'm going to throw it over to the skeleton of tomorrow.
Wait, is Cazador's Guide canceled? Wait, hold on.
No.
It shouldn't be.
Never mind. Cazador's Guide. Well, you didn't say it, so I didn't know.
I mentioned. It's also Sarah said it.
Oh, then I didn't need to say it because it was already said.
No, you do need to say it because you need to go watch. You need to go watch Zan play Gith. Play Gith.
Get Zara.
Zan is playing a character that is very self-indulgent, and I'm very thankful that he is because it lets me write for him.
Well, if you want to catch that, whatever that is, catch me over twitch.tv/distortiondevil at 3:30 p.m. PST on Fridays. But aside from that, literally everything else is canceled. So, jazz hands. Burnout, go.
Hi, you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Blue Sky and YouTube at Burnout Vaughn and over on Patreon at Burnout's Bar. I'm going to do something slightly sad, though, now because I forgot to do it yesterday. So if you're hearing this in the future or watching in the VOD, going forward, both Phase of Our Lives and Outlaws Gambit are on hiatus due to health issues. So, not sure when they're coming back. Just want to let people know. But this week, you can see the start of Series 4 of Pack Tactics tomorrow. Oh yeah, no. We're actually broadcasting our Session 0 that we do, so now everyone will get to see all the stuff that happens in the one session where we get rewards.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, last time we actually had a full-on, like, Japanese-style interview with a bunch of magical interns, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow. But yeah, that's going to be me for now. Oh, also, No Love War Extra, where we're finally going to hopefully beat the episode 1 of the Devil. Oh. But that being said, now is when I'm going to cue to our theme song. So let me take us away.
was quite good.
Hey, Skelly.
Yeah.
Did you add any shy guys?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Yay!
As a matter of fact, at the start of the session, I did say thanks to both Yuki and Saris for making characters for this game.
Yeah. 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 I was for context, I was bullying in a very loving way, bullying Skelly on a stream because no shy guys. He had no shy guys. It was so sad. Juan's back.
Yes.
Where are all the shy men at?
Most of them are in this call.
I thought they
Yeah.
were shy fellas.
You're
Oh,
so
shy
right,
fellas.
Leah.
Shy lads?
Shy pals.
Shy dudes.
Shy
Shy dude
bros.
Speaking of shy folks, if I can get the word out of my mouth, which one of you shy folks would like to give a recap for last session?
Nose goes.
I think I did the last time.
I nominate Kaz.
Oh,
Well, I already said not it.
Savage.
Yeah, but I nominated you.
Well, fine. Now I have to pull out my notes. So, last session, that is the wrong page. There we go. Last session, we walked through Old Dargot's Keep on our way to the weapons shop. That was weird. We kind of just ignored it. We walked to the weapons shop, and we spent a lot of time investigating the mystery of the missing shopkeeper. We discovered some hordes of conjured plants, and Ophestial talked to the fungi. I can't read and talk at the same time, apparently.
Take your time. No rush.
This is why I don't volunteer for this.
You're okay.
I am sorry.
This is your fault, Leah.
It is absolutely my fault. I'll save you here. You investigated the fungus. We checked out the room. There was a chest, a mysterious chest, and some mysterious magics. The fungus tried to intimidate you and was very hungry. We found out a little bit of information from some folks around, found some interesting goods, and Branson had a very deep intent to return to the blacksmith to warn him. And I believe, besides seeing some weird, mysterious stuff within the keep itself, that would have been it. So you were like 75% of the way there.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and we also discovered the attic was untouched
Correct.
from ransackers, and it looked like someone might have been staying up there.
Also, we
Also
found out
correct.
that they were commissioned by an anonymous person to start working outside of their skill set to make armor. I just remember because I have
That
the
is
fake
correct.
commission in my inventory.
Hey, Kaz, do you have inspiration?
I believe I do.
I believe you do. And if I remember correctly, I
I
did
do.
say, because you all did a great job last session, I was very proud, that I was going to give a boost to all of you. All of you can pick one additional skill to be proficient in for the duration of the session.
Bard, rich and jack of all trades. What do I want?
So, the where we are going to start, and I was reminded by one of the lovely party members here that I did not mention at the end of the session. It is much later in the day at this point. You are getting to probably early evening. The sun is starting to set. And you can just tell, not necessarily because you can see the sunset itself, but the overcast that currently lays over the entirety of Scald is beginning to darken in that way that an overcast or a storm might darken as the sun begins to set. You still have time in the evening. But if I remember correctly, yes, Branson, you were planning on making potentially one, if not two trips at the start of this session. Is that correct?
Yeah. We talked off screen, and I'm going to prioritize the one with Lychee. Because, again, it's getting late.
Okay.
As you begin to head off, I would gently move to place a hand on your shoulder, then hesitate, and then say, Master Branson.
Yes?
Before you rush off to warn others, which I must say I commend you greatly on, your concern for others is admirable. I will say that we have been investigating things, and it is perhaps possible that a second trip to either of these locations could, not for sure, but could draw extra attention to them. It is something you must weigh, and a decision that is on you. But as I had the thought, I felt it would be remiss of me not to tell you.
Well, I'm going to some place where at least I have been seen before, so it will not be suspicious. I can't make it to Upper Scald at this point, at least in a timely manner, so I might as well stick to Lower Scald.
Yes, Upper Scald, you will be noted. You are not a member of the upper class, you wear foreign attire, and you stand out. Regardless of if you were there before, you will be noted. Just be aware.
Mm-hmm.
Though, your intent is for Lower Scald for now, so that should be fine. But be careful. Would you like company, or are you intending to split off?
I mean, you're free to join, but this is going to be a very personal conversation, so I'd probably have you stand outside if you can.
I look at the rest of the group.
Well, if it is going to be a private conversation, then perhaps I will stand out here with Clem.
I'm perfectly fine with giving a little bit of space where needed.
At least this way there will be an actual wall between him and you if he starts yelling.
Oh, I am not afraid of Lychee, but I think that you should be.
I am.
And I mean that well.
Oh, I am. This is why I'm doing this in the first place. But yeah, Branson will head to the indoor outpost and see if it's open at first.
So, as you, and I take it for now the group is staying as a whole, as you move back through the Dargot Keep, are you, well, first, even before the Dargot Keep, I guess for both the Outtown and the Dargot Keep, are you all sort of keeping your head focused, keeping your head down, not really, shall we say, spending time watching the flowers?
I think that's correct.
I mean, Branson's
Yeah.
going to be pointed down no matter what because he got a 100-pound chest on his back.
For sure. Follow-up question: are we moving stealthily or casually, or how are we moving?
I imagine casually. I mean, there's no reason for us to necessarily stealth right now.
Okay.
Lena would definitely hazard at the very least casually.
Okay. You move through Outtown and through the Dargot Keep, noting the fact that, once again, people are sort of making way for you. You do hear whispers per usual, but as the five of you move with intention, largely ignoring your surroundings, you don't garner any specifics. And as you move through the Dargot Keep, moving through the shadows, now longer, taller, darker, you find yourself in front of the lower skull gates. And of course, you see two guardsmen standing on both sides. Ho there!
Good evening.
State your business.
Returning to our lodgings.
Can I see some or hear some identification?
I have already paid for our return entrance, dear friends, to your previous companions. I am a resident of the city, and these are guests who are currently staying at an inn.
Roll me
They
persuasion.
do, and
Sorry.
yeah, no. I was only going to say they, unfortunately, do not have permanent. And please roll it for me. I'm struggling to get into roll 20 right now.
Sure. That I can do. Give me just a second.
Sometimes my internet's a little weird with roll 20.
You're okay. I understand. I say it's every single time I try to open up Vex's character sheet, it decides to cause problems on purpose. And for some weird reason, it is only their character sheet. Alrighty. Persuasion. 6. The guard sort of looks you up and down, looks to your friends, looks you up and down. How much did you pay for?
It would be a 9 because I was actually going to choose persuasion
Okay.
as my
It was a 9.
proficiency for the day, but
You still
that doesn't
asked
do
the
much
same
more.
question.
Yeah,
It still asks the same question.
I paid and I made for my content a whole gold for the group.
I regret to inform you, but it appears, and I'll have to report this, appears that you did not pay in full.
Razvan will kind of move forward and kind of look towards the individual and kind of with a flutter of a cape and expansive of his hat. I do not believe such a report will be necessary. After all, we are a group of people who are looking to exchange your coin with your commerce, if you catch my drift. How much do you need for us to persuade you to just forget this whole little incident?
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Toggle and persuasion. 18.
He kind of looks you up and down. You notice, even without an insight check, there is a look of some sort of recognition that passes over this guard's face. And he sort of just gives you a nod. And with what you now realize is a halberd in his hand, he taps it twice against the portcullis and says, "Open up, let him in." And of course, the portcullis opens, and without another word, the two guards step out of your way.
Very kind of you.
I recognize a up-and-coming bard when I see one.
He will take off his hat and give a very practiced stagely bow. Branson, I suppose we shall continue to follow your knowledgeable lead.
All right. And he'll just re-shoulder the chest and just walk on through, being as non-threatening as he is, especially since I took intimidation.
Just for the thrill of it, why don't the 5 of you all roll a group charisma check?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Rosman's gonna give Vestiol inspiration. Natural 20.
What? I feel like she should take offense to that.
That's what my name.
14?
It was
You know
like
what?
14.
11.
Roll the bardic inspiration. I want to know.
Okay, fine. So pushy. That'll make it a 19.
We are patty cake besties.
Oh, we
do
have a
your
secret
best.
handshake now. We have a secret handshake now. That's canon.
I have that in my notes. Yeah.
As
Does,
the
does that mean
5
I know it too, or do I only know
Yeah.
like half of
Yeah,
it?
no. Clem gets like 75%.
I don't know the first half. I got there like a little.
Like
a
you
couple,
got there a
yeah,
little
yeah,
late.
Yeah. So I only know the second half.
Clem can sit with us.
Yeah.
As the 5 of you walk through the streets of Lower Cardicus, Lena,
Yes.
you find yourself a bit in your head, trailing a bit behind the rest of the group. And if there's any additional flavor you would like to add to this 7, let me know. However, it is as you are walking, something catches your eye. And for a moment, you swear that you're just seeing things. You shake your head. Couldn't be. And thus, keeping to yourself, trying to retain your focus, you realize that you've fallen about 2 strides behind the rest of the pack. You, with a hop and a step, catch yourself up with just enough time to find the 5 of you standing before the indoor outpost. You notice, given what time it is, the front door has a sign that says closed on the front.
Yeah, that's what the new one do.
Well, it's still too early for him to go to sleep, so he's just gonna walk up. He's not gonna cop knock, but he's gonna knock pretty loud and be like, "Lychee, I have something for you."
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm doing a lot of that today. Oh. That's a 5.
There is some silence. You wait for just a moment before eventually the door does, in fact, click. You hear the sound of a lock unhatching and the rusty hinges open. And a head peeks out. It happens to be Lychee. And he just kind of looks you up and down, eyes you, and his eyes narrow just a bit. Can I help you with something?
I am here with a gift and an apology.
The door opens a little bit more and he gives you like a head tilt to the side. Like clearly whatever he was expecting from you, you did not deliver. And he opens up the door, looks to the 5 of you, kind of does a nod, seems to look out to the street in both directions before waving you both in.
Okay,
I give him kind of a sheepish, apologetic like wave.
He just kind of gives you a bit of a smile and like the smallest of shrugs as again he gestures for the five of you to come inside. Does only one of you enter?
I look at Branson actually. Do are you wanting this to be private still, or?
It's probably for the best. They'll be here at least 20 minutes.
I look at Lychee. We will stay outside as per Master Branson's request, but I will be right outside if you need me.
Okay. I mean, suit yourselves. And he shuts the door behind you, Branson.
Branson's going to walk over to the like higher table that he uses as a counter, and he's going to set the chest down gingerly, and so that way also Lychee hears all of the clang that's going on in there. Now before you ask anything, the coin in the chest is mine. I am already down to less than half of what you paid me yesterday. But this is all legal. I have committed no crime. And he opens it up, remembers from stand behind it. It's got a trap. I'm not sure if it rearms. And he opens the chest.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
I'm opening from the back.
Yep.
Oh. Oh boy. I'll take that net 20.
Yeah, so you managed to just get your hand out of the way just in time. Sure enough, the needle goes, and it actually, like, sticks out in the door. It just kind of... Lychee just kind of looks at you, like, gives you a kind of incredulous look, honestly. Like, once again, he wasn't sure what he was expecting, but it certainly wasn't this.
Mm-hmm. Listen, this is all legal by scavengers' rights. It has been sitting out in the open for 4 months. Nobody was able to break the lock despite there being literally blacksmith tools around that could have easily broken it. So, I figure you can either sell this to customers or sell it to the blacksmith uptown. He's now the only blacksmith in town.
Interesting.
That is part
You
of the
say
apology.
he's the only one?
Yes. Turns out the Outtown blacksmith was has gone missing like so many other people in this town, and we are already wrapped up in the missing person stuff.
Understood. I take it these are, dare I say it, the spoils of what was left over?
Yep, this is everything. I figure at least for the more mundane things here that can be easily sold, but yes. The other thing will take a while, and you never really saw me have to do this, so it's going to look weird, but I'm just going to tell you what's happening. We know magic is involved in these disappearances, and they're targeting at least I can tell tradesmen, because they also targeted the blacksmith in Uptown. So I'm going to make sure that they have not targeted your business.
Well, here's a question for you. Do you think, by any counts, that there's some sort of pattern in who they're targeting? I mean, you mentioned this person was... I mean, I'm assuming the weapon shop is where this came from. You think there's any pattern behind incidents?
Nature, magic, and necromancy have been used along with conjuration, which means that they can teleport things in or out, and they were definitely doing something to cover their tracks with mold. We also know
there's like a slope. Sorry.
He then also remembers. Also, we know that there's at least 3 people involved in it.
3.
You know how Hephaestion does the weird magic stuff? Apparently they can talk to plants.
Somehow that's the least surprising thing I've heard all day.
I know, right? But yes.
I guess
So-
let me rephrase my question. It's good to know that you all are investigating it, and I'm going to be completely transparent. All this talk of magic and mold is a bit beyond me. Case in point, the gestures to makes like a hand gesture in reference to your previous travels as he kind of gestures to his wares. But let me rephrase my question because I don't think I was properly understood. When I said that there's a pattern, have you been able to identify a pattern in targets?
Not so far. We only found out about it last night because there's a missing person bulletin up at the split bore. But we found this one by accident. I am also, if you sell those weapons to the blacksmith uptown, do not tell him you got them from me, because I'm already going to have to talk to him about the fact that that his job that I am doing for him under the table has got everyone involved in the missing person stuff.
Good to know.
Yes. I also now know I stole this chest and I can't actually take it there. I gotta find a new chest.
I mean,
Alright.
I see that this is clearly trapped. If you have no use for it, I'll certainly take it.
Okay, yes. You can consider it a gift along with the rest of the stuff. At least I don't have to carry it back. But,
This is very true.
But yes, okay, so I know you don't... I know magic's not your thing, so this is going to look weird, but I can at least make sure that there's been no tampering in the time that you were away. Because, again, the only lead we currently have is the two places with signs of it are tradesmen. I think Clem said that they found somebody in a trance, so, like, they broke it out of it, but we can't rule that out. But yes, I'm going to make a growling, hissing noise for roughly 10 minutes. I don't understand why I have to do it this way, but it's like, it allows me to draw out magic without having to, like, expend a large amount, but it takes 10 minutes each. So,
Fair enough.
Yeah. And so he's just gonna go walk into the center of the room, spend 10 minutes, ritual cast. Let's get the bigger one out of the way. Detect evil and good.
Are you casting this normally, or are you ritual casting this?
Ritual casting it. That's, yeah, taking the 10 minutes.
We're gonna pause in that 10 minutes while this is happening and zoom outside. What are y'all doing?
Okay, so
Patty cake rages.
Lena, you pat your hands on your lap, and then you pat your hands together.
This is a most curious ritual.
I saw the others doing it, and I thought it was very neat.
Meanwhile, Ophestiel and Rosvan have become grandmasters.
It's at the
They're-
speed of light.
It
They're
is
over
at
there
the speed
doing.
of light.
They're over there doing Miss Mary
Like
Mac
they are
at 10
burning.
times
It is.
speed.
It is smoking.
But yeah, Lena would probably be hanging out with Clem. And
Out of curiosity, Lena, and I hope this is not a rude question, but do you feel anything in the arms?
I do. And she would like hold out her arm, like almost like if you wanted to like almost like check for yourself. She kind of holds out like an outstretched hand. And she says, "It feels like before, you know, when they were skin and everything. I feel that same tactile feeling. When you can check for yourself, it's hard like sturdy tree bark now. And you can see like the patterning on it, like maybe like the inside of the arm is like maybe you've seen like a tree that has like abrasion, kind of like it's smoothed out the bark some. Like on the inside.
Fascinating.
Same with like the inside of her palm and inner side of like her fingers. Like it's more like almost polished a little bit rather than having like a rough texture to it. But the rest of it is very like, you know, like abrasive feeling, like bark would be. And she would say, yeah, I feel everything as if it was still skin and flesh. I mean, I suppose in a way it still is flesh.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
I think the strangest tactile part of the feeling is when I make the extra arms. It feels like it's all the same spot. There was an odd sensation one time I had testing with an acquaintance where they all tried touching the same part of the arm, and that was a very weird experience. And it's like whatever nervous system I have now couldn't make heads or tails of it.
That is rather interesting. I'm glad to hear you've been able to make friends since having that condition. It's been rather difficult for me here. Goblins are not common in this area. I'm not near Cotton or the Graves.
I could definitely understand that sentiment. I've made very few acquaintances besides this group since the happenings, but I am thankful to have you lot to talk to now.
I do actually like put my hands on my knees a little bit and do like a quarter bow. I am honored to be considered amongst that despite our short time in knowing each other.
Of course, especially considering our current plight.
Yes,
don't
we
know if
do
I could-
indeed have a connection of some kind. I kind of, you see Clem would like reach their hand up to their chest and kind of touch the spot that they showed y'all.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully we can find answers together here.
Indeed, I am very much hoping to receive your assistance on this. I believe a Festiel should actually be able to assist even more directly in the next location I wish to show you all. I believe, if my theory is correct, based on the information we found outside of the city, that I should have a direction possibly for us to begin searching in.
Oh, fantastic. What do you think?
Well, I'd like to show you all the dogs. Did I mention the individual I saw last night to you?
I'm trying to think if you had actually mentioned that.
I may have in passing, perhaps just to Branson, but actually, a Festial, Razvan,
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe this would be prudent for you all to know as well. Last night, while I was traveling home, there was a strange sound that I heard, and I saw an individual with a strange lumbering gait. I attempted to catch up to them, but as I did so, another individual seemed to be following after. I have no other word for it other than seemingly entranced by the sound made by the lumbering individual. I was not able to get a good look at them. However, I was able to restrain the individual who was entranced, sent them back on their way. But it is towards the origin of that situation that I wish to lead you all when we have a chance next.
Well, it seems reasonable to me.
I think so as well.
But I do wish to warn you, be aware of sounds you hear at night. You never know what may come.
Have you noticed these things before we arrived, or is this something new?
Well, this is new individually. I had not experienced that until last night, but I do not believe that coincides with your arrival. It is different, certainly.
Clem.
Mm-hmm.
And Lena.
Yeah.
Clem, you'll get advantage on this. Lena, this is going to be a flat roll. I want you to both roll me a history check.
History? You got it.
This makes sense in a way. You both know that there are several sort of wives' tales, I guess is the best way to put it. Yes, obviously there's the discussion about the mists and the fact that anyone who wanders into it may never be found again. But you both have heard wives' tales of different sorts, and I will let you, if you would like to get a little creative as to the specifics, that's fine. But you both have heard wives' tales regarding going out at night. You both would have also heard that it's considered really dangerous to go out at night. You both, especially you, Lena, have heard stories of people going out at night and either A, disappearing, or, well, B, potentially being found as a body. In Harmonia especially, you remember tales of folks quite literally blaming the wolves, that the wolves travel and prowl at night, and that there's a good chance that anyone who's caught out at night might be attacked by a pack of wolves. Just as an example. But the prospect of bad things happening, so to speak, happening at night, doesn't matter if you're in Skald or in Harmonia, seems par for the course in both locations.
There have always been rumors and myths about dangers out at night. It wasn't quite so common where I came from. The night in the woods were viewed as safety. Safety in the dark, safety in the mist. But that also comes from my culture. The goblin people were born of the mist, so we are part of it. Our people were changed inherently, and we are now part of this land. But that is for me. That is not for everyone. And I know in places like here, and I believe Harmonia, yes, Lena?
Yes, there's always been stories of don't be out at night.
I figured you would know more than I.
Yes, oftentimes maybe like children's stories are those to warn like the foolhardy to not be out at night. Often like roving packs of wolves would be the undoing of people. I can't help but wonder if it might be something more as well. But it often deterred people since we lived in a very very forested area in particular area spots. I had hoped to maybe find out one day, just of my own accord, what it might have been out there, but I never really got up the courage to go find out myself for obvious reasons.
Well, perhaps now we can discover together, and I kind of like elbow you in the arm a little bit.
She says, "Well, we don't got much of a choice, so may as well find out the answers, huh?"
I hope I did not scare you with these stories. I look at Razvan and Festiel.
Just why would we be scared?
Of death, destruction, missing persons,
That is
violence
all
against
we've
the innocent.
That is almost all that we have seen since we arrived at Kartikas. This place breeds hard people. I would imagine the stories and their doings are going to be equally as arduous. No?
Your intuition serves you well.
And at this point, we will cut back. Branson,
Mm-hmm.
your ritual spell ends. And you do not detect aberrations, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you. You also do not detect consecrated nor desecrated ground.
You'll see like he'll see like a little charge goes through the air around Branson, and you'll see like this tension slack from his shoulders a bit. Well, already very good news. No one has desecrated the land that your building stands on.
I can't say that I'm much of a religious person, but I'll take that as a good thing.
Yes. All right. Now I will work on being able to detect magic. I might do a sweep. I'll basically do a sweep of the downstairs because it seems like these individuals use magic that's more connected to the earth. But he's going to start him a hissing and start ritual casting. Detect magic.
For the sake of things, your ritual goes off like normal. In the time that you are ritual casting with both spells, you watch as first Lychee seems to be appraising the weaponry that you have put in front of him. Seems to be looking over the craftsmanship, looking over the the balance of the weapons. You even watch as he for a couple of the daggers, doesn't quite throw them, but sort of tests them out to see how usable they are. And as your second spell goes off, you detect no magic.
Okay, yeah. He does a sweep of the whole like first floor, peeks outside back by the stables where Mr. Ox is, and seeing no magic, he's just like, all right, I have good news. So far, they have no reason to target you. But then again, we still don't know what their modus operandi is.
Well, I'm assuming, at the very least, after you leave this shop, knowing you all are probably going to either find your way into learning more about it, or whatever is going on is gonna find you. You all seem to have a knack for finding trouble.
Alarmingly so.
Finding you. But I will certainly keep your warning in mind, and I will certainly make use with the information that you've so graciously decided to give me. And I will say this on that front: information for information, rumor for rumor, if you will. I've not really been out much today, but I did hear something, at the very least, something about a fuss happening over at the wharfs. If you're looking for trouble, or if trouble's looking for you, I don't know, maybe they're connected. Might be worth looking into. Fishermen certainly didn't seem happy, if that's any consolation at all, but to what ends or what seems to be the fuss? Fishermen like that aren't known to cause enough ruckus to catch the eyes and the ears of the daily town folk, much less the bards that pass to and fro in the streets. The fact that that news has even reached my ears, well, take it for what it is.
It's greatly appreciated. All right, well, you're gonna watch it gets tense. He's like, I know I can probably never properly help your reputation if I damage it, so I can only give you something back in return. Just a sec. You're gonna watch this goes. Branson, the Axe of Vengeance, who was hired by the Strays who's sitting to be their bodyguard, slayed 3 werewolves outside of a town that had stopped paying its wolf tax, and then slew the 3 members of the Withered Arrow on his way to Scald. He is currently at the Split Boar Inn. You won't get 1,000 gold that they're offering for everyone, but information towards capturing them, well, that could help, and they are a guild, so they can probably up your standing.
Roll me an insight check.
It's 17.
He's narrowing his eyes at you and again kind of very clearly studying you. You almost see a look, like a twinge of concern in his face. And there is a bit of disapproval. But he doesn't say anything, not immediately.
It is the only thing I can offer you, but I give it to you because I trust you. I affected your livelihood, you should be able to affect mine.
It was a really bold choice of you to make, Branson.
Well, when you make peace with your death 5 years ago, as a teenager, you get used to it.
You know, I do understand. And for that, it is obvious to me that you have spent a lot of time thinking about this. But I do remind you, and he kind of shrugs, his hands kind of coming out a little bit, almost not defensively, but like almost like in the guess I'll die pose.
Yeah.
He just kind of sits there and goes like, yeah, I understand what your gesture means, and I'll take it for what it is. But if you want a word of advice from me, again, the walls have ears. I understand now, especially why you asked your companions to head outside. And by the way, great choice of a diversion. If you were trying to cover your tracks, that's certainly one way to do it. Though, if you want my word of advice, at the very least, if you're going to set a diversion, at least point them in a different direction and not 10 feet away from you outside. That's a bit of a rookie mistake, if I can be completely transparent with you. Anyway, point being, I'll accept this information for what it is, but Mr. Branson, you better be really careful about how you play your cards moving forward. And I hope that you have full confidence in the choices that you have made and are continuing to make.
Well, I will, as always, take your words of wisdom to heart. But I shall darken your home no more. So, I wish you a good night, and I am going to go find the only window in the Split Boar Inn that faces the east, so I can be up at the crack of dawn.
One more thing.
Hmm.
I'm sensing some growing pains in you. I can't say it'll ever get easier, but whatever it is that you got going on, and he kind of taps his head twice, his very bald head twice. You'll figure it out. You got a good team of people behind you. Don't forget that you can rely on them. Might save your life sometime. Get out of there.
He will give a... Oh, go ahead.
No, he was just gonna say, get out of here. Go, get your team. Collect your things.
Give a respectful nod, then head to the door, go outside, and see the patty cake finals.
Are they still patty caking out there, or at this point are we knee deep in discussion?
Okay.
Festio, don't judge me, but I'm trying to work on this new joke. Don't judge me too harshly, okay? You ready?
Okay.
So, I married a kitsune last year or so, but things aren't going well. She's all wives' tales.
What's a kitsune?
I was also going to ask that.
Fox with many tails.
Oh, foxes!
Foxes
Oh,
only
I
have
get
one
it.
tail.
Got it. Not a good joke. Move on. Branson.
I am
everything
so
well?
sorry.
Yes, we are fine. Let us head. Let us head. Do you have anywhere else to take us tonight, Clem, or are we heading back to the inn?
It depends on how dirty you want your hands to get this evening. Clem has a very different, like when you say that, Clem has a very different demeanor. Like a coin, like a switch was flipped when you asked that.
Are we talking dirty in dirt or dirty in blood?
Yes.
I have to be up at the crack of dawn tomorrow so I can sneak into the well, not sneak in, but go in where I will be least noticed, in the upper scald, and take my weapon to get silvered. I need my energy.
Then I say crack of dawn. Meet me at the wharfs.
Alright.
Wake up before the crack to make your meeting if you want to be inconspicuous. Others will be up at dawn.
Alright.
I will send Omen to wake you up if you cannot.
That'll be, that'll actually be very, very helpful because I have a problem being awoken. They can attest.
Omen, did you hear that? Good.
Branson, I understand you have obviously great focus in these matters, but ever since we arrived here, you've been going out on your own a lot more. Is there something we can do to help, or?
I mean, you help whenever we actually have to do anything important. I'm just doing stuff that is basically going to put myself in danger, I know, and I have made peace with, but if I don't drag you all into it, it makes it a lot easier.
I was certainly the less better knowing that I was at your side if such a thing is dangerous, but you've led us this far without giving us any reason to concern or question. I merely asked if there's a way I could be more helpful, that is all.
In all honesty, your unending optimism sometimes is actually incredibly helpful.
I see. I've been got a lot of things, but certainly not optimistic. I do see your perspective, though.
Compared to most of the people here, Master Razvan, I would agree with Branson.
Perhaps it is my award-winning smile.
Clem flashes you a similarly fanged smile.
Ugh.
Clem immediately shuts the mouth, like, oh.
Well, I suppose that we find another tavern to hunt. Or maybe not.
I get it. I got that one.
Right, I'll stick to poetry instead of jokes. Branson, lead the way. I need to rethink my decisions.
Branson will lead us all the way back to the split boar, and then he's going to immediately go to the bar. First of all, buy drinks. Second of all, he's gotta go. Barman, a moment. Saris?
Sorry, it cut off. I was
Oh.
waiting for the second half of that. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Cue
yeah.
barman.
I'll repeat. And he's going to be like, barman, I require your service.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go. There's a chest up in the room that we are currently sharing, as he points between him and Outfestiel, that houses many of your tools for keeping the grounds well. I have business that requires me to have some form of chest if I give you a gold, can I borrow it early in the morning and then late in the evening?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Should have put this. Should have put this like a free one in this. You know, I'll take 18.
He just kind of looks at you with that very dead look in his eye. He reaches into his back pocket, takes out an iron key. It's pretty simple. It's got like a triangle on the top. Places it down in front of you, but he does not move his hand immediately.
Because I haven't pulled out the gold for both to pay him for it. Because I know that I already paid for the next 6 nights, which includes drinks.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the gold down. All right, and then I assume he puts the key forward.
Yep, he kind of like with like 2 fingers slides it across towards you.
Branson takes it, pockets it, nods to him, takes his drinks, and goes to sit down where everyone's probably sitting.
Something to note.
Hmm?
Y'all walked in, and now you have a chance to yourself. You will notice immediately upon walking in the sound of a flute playing. No vocals this time. As you turn your head to the 3 seats in the corner in front of the messenger, in front of the message board, 2 of the seats are empty. One of them is occupied with a familiar face. You notice that the 3 tables are empty tonight. One housing 3 seats, one, albeit broken, housing 2, and of course the table with 5 stools in front of it.
All right, well, I have what I need to do my business in the morning. Ophastiel, would you mind, like, letting me just not bother you when you read through the journal? We have not done that at all.
Yeah, do you want to head up there before me?
Honestly, no, you should probably go up there now while I'm drinking, so that way my armor and various other noises won't distract you. You would notice this Branson's very awkward way of trying to be considerate.
Would anyone wish anything more of me this evening? Has anyone more questions or conversation? Clem seems to be kind of like awkwardly standing near the doorway.
You
No.
see...
Oh, good.
Oh, you're good. You first.
Just gonna say, something that will help you, since I know you like your information. Lychee told me that he heard tell that you should probably talk to the fishermen if you want to find out about any other particular people who have gone missing. It's becoming
We should speak more of this tomorrow, Master Branson, but I can assure you I'm much more aware of the wharf situation than perhaps you can imagine.
Fair enough. Turn starts drinking.
Like I don't know. The issue with the fish? The flute has
Yes.
stopped playing.
There's been an issue with the fish for quite some time. I do not believe we have have had a chance to be formally introduced, but I am quite familiar with your work.
You see, and I will go ahead and show their picture again. But you see the flautist stand up, fully, like just pop out of the chair with like a bit of a jump. There's a thunk
as their prosthetic hits the ground, and they, with a flourish, kind of twirling their flute, they offer you a bow, and as they
I would
tilt
offer
their
the same.
head,
I would offer the same with a bow.
yep, and as they meet your gaze with a brilliant smile, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Angelique. I definitely have seen you around, though again, we haven't had the pleasure of making any sort of contact. You'll have to forgive me while I'm doing my rounds. I don't usually have the time to sit and listen, but you do, from the sounds of things, have quite the captivating voice, if you don't mind me saying.
I find my voice is often the most pleasant thing that people find about me. A voice for oration and not for pictures, as one once put it. But I thank you nonetheless for the compliment. I too have not had a chance to speak with you, though I have admired your music from afar for some time. I have had the chance to occasionally catch a performance. It is a pleasure to meet you, such an up-and-coming bard in proper.
The pleasure is all mine, my friend. I can call you friend, right?
I believe that that would be amiable on my end, as long as you feel comfortable doing so. Beware, being my friend comes with certain social consequences.
Well, in the manners of speaking involving social consequence, I've been informed that being friends with anybody has a social consequence, and finding, shall we say, alliances and connections, as it were, tends to bring about the good and the bad. And you see them pause, like they're about to say almost like a catchphrase, and they stop and they go, well, the thing about it, right, is that everybody has their rumors. I'm no stranger to those of yours, and I'm sure you're no stranger to those of mine. But of course, in the game of show and tell, in the game of musics and performance, anyone who's trying to get ahead, right, has to play their cards with quite precision. And if you don't mind me saying, I personally find going for the least expected has a tendency of generating the best results.
I agree to an extent, though I believe you and I share one clear difference with our intentions, and that is I have no intention to get ahead. Were you at all worried of my oration becoming bardic in nature? You needn't. I have no intention of stepping in on any bard's territory. My church is for the mass, not for the individual.
Which is exactly why I feel like this has the potential to be quite the arrangement, assuming you continue to find my presence agreeable to your, shall we say, territory and your stature.
You're welcome to my sermon any time. Your music would accompany my voice greatly.
And perhaps, well, I have heard that a church always requires a good choir, and they offer you a subtle wink. Perhaps you might find that on occasion your voice might not be the only one.
I would be so honored.
Well, don't let me keep you. I just, I didn't think it entirely respectful to not obviously introduce myself to you and then gestures to the rest of the party, and to not offer obvious recompense for the services being provided.
It appears that we see eye to eye on this matter, but nonetheless, I wish to hold up your performance. No longer the patrons of this bar wish to hear it, either that or your conversation, of which I have plenty of time to catch up. To my strays, need anything from me, or am I good to depart? I wish to make early on my morning.
You're fine, at least from me. Anyone else?
I'm sure we have plenty we can discuss in the morning once we begin our investigation.
I believe we will have a walk ahead of us, so we will have time to speak on then.
We appreciate your assistance today.
Hephaestiel, it is a pleasure, and I look forward to working with you in the future. I give the entire group like a very deep bow before turning and making my way out.
And Lena would give you a small wave as you depart.
Angelique gives you a very enthusiastic wave before sitting back down and returning to their flute playing.
Lena would probably snag a seat at one of like the tables and just kind of like cross her arms and kind of like ponder about what she may or may not have seen earlier.
As you seem to be lost in thought, Vern kind of pokes you on the top of the head.
Huh?
As if to draw your attention to the fact that someone has their eye on you.
Oh, she like looks up and then it's like, what is it? And then she'll try and sense who it is that may be staring.
It's Angelique.
She would look their way, and would be, yes.
As the song finishes, they place their flute down and go, oh, don't mind me. I will admit I'm a little nosy, but you seem to be lost in thought. Perhaps I could offer you a penny if you don't mind public company.
Certainly, I wouldn't mind at all. And she would like probably, use like one of her like feet to like, maybe there's a chair nearby and she would like push it out a little bit from the table.
Angelique will fully approach the stool, sit down, and actually straight up slide a copper in front of you. Like a literal penny in front of you.
I profess I didn't expect the literal meaning behind that. She says with a small smile on her face.
You see, you sense, I would not say you see, but you sense a giant bright grin on the Barton's face. They're like, what's a little bit of humor to boost someone's spirits?
Well, it certainly worked. And she says, I've just been thinking about a few things that I swear I might have seen on the corner of my senses while walking around. It might have been a person, but I also usually have a pretty good tell if it is or not. So I guess that's one of the things that's been bothering me a little bit.
Forgive my boldness and my slight rudeness, but seeing with your owl?
Yes, but also I'm not sure what it is about the bandages, but they give me some limited extrasensory sight. Or maybe just my senses have honed strong enough to almost see things around me in close proximity.
Interesting. Is it
But
just
mostly
visual?
the owl. What was that?
They asked, is it just visual?
It is, though other senses such as like hearing and the like are certainly heightened due to the deprivation of one's normal eyes.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, my appearance does get me a lot of looks and a lot of comments, like, and she would like wave her hands like in a sarcastic manner, like witch or something. Ooh, it's like I know almost no spellcasting. I am no witch.
Angelique literally takes their leg off and hands it to you. I wouldn't know anything about it.
How hefty is it? Does it feel like it might be solid gold?
Oh, it's
Or
not
is it like
gold,
an alloy?
but that's solid metal for sure.
Solid metal.
Talk about
definitely
getting a
bronze.
leg up on the competition.
Yeah.
And I like to think like just Clem leans in the window, says that, and just goes back to walking.
Yuck! Diddly-diddly-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, that Clem. Says, yeah, people sometimes assume things about individuals, like if they appear different. It is unfortunate. And she would hand the leg back over, of course.
For sure, and you can like hear the sound of like the like tinking of metal as they strap it back on their leg. No, yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't know anything about that at all. And they pause and go, "Ah, shoot, you can't see. I was gonna wink at you. Damn it."
Vern saw it.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
But,
like, I suppose the rest of your thoughts then probably require a bit more familiarity, so I won't bother you too much, but you just, I don't know how to explain it. When I see someone who's just down in the dumps, right? I just feel the need to approach them.
Well,
Call it a weird quirk of mine.
I appreciate the positive thoughts sent my way. It's always nice to talk to individuals, maybe get a little bit of added, how should I put this? Almost like perspective?
Sure. Although I'll be, perhaps for, I'll share just a little too much. I've also been told that there's a certain, shall we call them, competitor who can't stand a person who's happy for no reason.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong, it's not an act. I genuinely do enjoy uplifting people and poking around, and again, I'm a bit nosy for sure. But if I can be completely transparent on that front, part of the act is seeing if I can't figure it out. Who it is that can't stand pleasant people.
That would be a good way to find that individual.
I would make the joke, but someone already made it for me. Stares directly into the camera.
You just like see like Clem down an alleyway somewhere, like kind of like do a jump up and like click their heels together.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I see your companions are kind of ominously staring at me. Does he always do that, gesturing to Branson?
Yes.
I
don't think he means ill will by it. It's just his general way that they carry themselves. I've found in the time that I've known them.
Well, whoever it is that might be my competition would really, really like Branson, I think. Constantly looking like they're angry for no reason.
So it sounds like you're really looking for this particular competition.
I am. I've heard that. I heard that, you know, amongst the many bards who have any sort of influence in this town, that there's one that no one seems to believe has any influence at all. In fact, many believe he's retired, but I don't know. There's something about the idea of a retired bard that I just don't believe it. Consider me a little weird in that regard, but the whispers, if you will, on the winds tell me that things aren't exactly what they seem.
I see. Well, if we manage to hear anything about an individual that doesn't like pleasant people, I suppose we could probably try and let you know.
Considering the fact that you now owe me a fact or a rumor, I think that's a fair trade.
Yes, I know we'll be traveling about the town, and well, look at us, we stick out a little bit, unfortunately.
Just a bit.
And and so strange information seems to be finding our way to us, and so if we hear anything, we'll let you know.
You owe me one, so of course you will. And they just kind of smile at you.
Before hopping up. Well, like I said, I will to the looming lizard and I will talk to you later.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh, thank you. And they actually do. Leaving the split bore entirely.
Hmm.
4 of you. Well, and the bartender.
Well, I was actually going to ask, could I roll a perception check to hear what she just called him?
You don't need to.
Oh.
They said it up front. That was an open conversation.
Okay, I wanted to make sure because half of it was being talked about like Branson was not at the table. But okay.
I had the mental image that Branson was like, you had mentioned he had sat down at the bar, so like Branson was just looking.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
People were laying with.
Fair assumption. But
understood.
But he'll just under his breath he'll go, "Thanks for the microaggression."
They don't respond to that. They keep moving.
Branson continues to hate any bard that is not Raspan.
So, what do the 4 of you do? Do you do anything before you head to sleep?
Go first.
Lena can't particularly think of anything special, at least out in the at least like out in the open to do. So would probably just get like a nice meal and some drink, and would probably just eat their food there.
You notice the meal today is some sort of fish served alongside some rice and what appears to be like stewed berries.
Ooh.
Lena, with advantage, nature check.
Nature? Okay, you got it. Let's hear with advantage. Oh, I'm really good at these. 9.
Good enough, I'd say. You recognize the smell and the taste of these stewed berries anywhere, but they don't usually. You don't recall them usually being used in literal berry form. You recognize these to be, as I pull up my notes for spelling. I'm so sorry. Because I'm gonna have to take this out. You recognize these berries as, oh my goodness, can I just? There we go. As oh my goodness, can I read? These are called meekel, and you know that these would be the berries that are often used to make meekel brow.
What were the berries called again?
They're called meekelbren, so MECKULBREN.
Thank you. I do remember these. I just didn't know how to spell them.
Yep.
She would be eating the food, like eating the food provided, and then she would go over to the like berries and be like, and just like stop and like stare at them and like squint at them. Not like in a harsh way, but like, huh. She would probably eventually eat them as well with the food, but it does seem odd that they would be here. And kind of like almost reminds her of like a little bit of stuff back
Get
home.
on your lips or on your fingers.
What was that? What was that, Sarah? Sorry.
Sarah's?
Hello?
Oh,
You
Uh-oh.
still hear them.
Oh goodness.
there we go.
Hello?
Sarah's come back.
I think I'm back. Sorry, my
Alright.
internet just died for a second.
Not a problem.
Am I still here?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We can hear you now.
Okay.
I had lost what you had said at the point of she said she would kind of like stare at it and she would eventually eat it, but there was then you had said something unfortunately you had cut out.
I made the comment that you would that you would probably know to be mindful as you eat them, just like the method of which you eat them, because you know that in berry form they're wont to stain.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, you know how like some like dye your fingers and your tongue and your mouth.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She would make sure to be very careful not to get any on her outfit.
Out of the four of you, I have to ask, do you all choose to eat the food? The fish, the rice, the berries?
Branson will not turn down like food put in front of him. He will, in his head, he'll be slightly disappointed that the only kind of meat is fish. But he got 3 meat meals in a row. His luck was too good to keep up that way.
You who choose to eat the berries will notice something in particular as, say, 30 minutes, the hours pass. You find that it's easy to talk. It's
to articulate, like physically.
Branson
Just lost a significant chunk of what they said.
Yeah, Branson just starts like trying to make sounds and getting more pissed off as he cannot articulate anything.
Oh no, you can. It
Oh.
becomes better. You find it easier.
Oh, easier. Oh.
And you find yourself a note.
Well, Branson's gonna spend the meal being like quiet and just drinking, Joe. That way, anyone else has anything to add, they can add it because he's been doing a bunch today.
Is there anything else you wish that you wish to do either during the meal or before you go to sleep?
Branson will use the key and unpack all of the stuff because he has to basically leave as soon as he has to leave 10 minutes after Omen wakes him up.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to carefully take those all out, put them in a place where they won't be in the way, but they are clearly taken care of, and then relock it. Then he actually thinks of something. He puts his axe inside it. Then he starts pulling out all the a bunch of the random junk that we got, and piles it in. And then, that 10 feet of iron chain, the metal bits, the metal ingots, stuff like that, so that way it can cover up a bit of the axe in case the chest gets searched, coming and going. And then he'll also feel in his pockets all the stuff that we keep forgetting to identify. And be like, well, tomorrow problem.
As you are doing that, Ephastiel, Razvan, is there anything that you wish to do before you go to sleep?
I think Razvan is good. I'm checking my notes real quick. Yeah, I think Razvan is just gonna get some rest.
Okay.
Since they got back to the inn, you'll notice Ophastiel's kind of just been zoning out, like he's fully processing stuff from earlier today, just now. So he hasn't really spoken up.
Does he do anything before he goes to bed?
Besides eating, no.
Lena?
Oh, likewise, they would have, they would enjoy their dinner and most likely retire for the evening.
As the four of you move to hunker down, the four of you, having had a long day, a long 2 days really, all find yourself with a restful sleep, but a dreamless sleep. And Clem, I'm gonna shift to you for a minute. Is there anything that you wish to do before you retire for the evening?
I wish to have a conversation with Omen,
Okay.
alerting Omen to exactly the details. I want them to fly a little bit up into a high perch, and the moment that the sun starts to change color, even not crack of dawn, the moment that it starts to even get slightly brighter, I want them to go wake up Branson. I would also explain to them that I'd like them to gather all of the equipment from the various hiding spots that we've stashed it across the city, and so that likely when we return from our venture, we will have those available to us. And other than that, I think I would. Clem had also. Clem isn't as tired because Clem did not use the resources that Branson did, but Clem is planning on getting up earlier than that even, and heading to the wharf to investigate prior to the others going there.
Okay. Omen takes your instruction, and I would say for the purposes of this would remain in the more Corvid form for the purposes of.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they can control their form at will, so they can do kind of whatever they want.
Yep.
As far as like whichever form is easiest.
Absolutely, they're just choosing to remain, especially with the distance they're going to have to travel.
Yep, makes a lot of sense.
You also find a restful and dreamless sleep. Managing to wake up precisely at the time that you wish to do so. And as you awaken, the city is still dark. Go ahead
Stretch. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you first.
I was just gonna say stretch, do my morning routine, go water the garden, that kind of like all the usual, so I can get it done immediately. Get dressed. Obviously, chains on, then get dressed. And begin to make my way to the wharf.
Roll me a perception check.
Yay. 7.
This makes sense. You find yourself incredibly focused. It's incredibly dark out. I do want to ask if you plan to stealth on your way to the wharfs, or if you just...
Nope. No. Clem is all but whistling on their way to the wharf.
Amazing. You would note, even with your lower perception, it is very, very early in the morning. Actually, now that we're here, you arrive upon a set of docks. It is largely a one main dock that sits connected to the road with 5 other docks of varying sizes that spread off into the water below. You notice off to the side, and you are familiar. You have seen these before. It is one physical building, but you know that it has a bit of a, shall we say, abnormal, not just in structure, but function. As you see, stretching over part of the dock is a building with a wooden stair that heads up to it. It actually hangs this stretch over top of the water even. It is a building sitting over the underpass where the dock goes through, and you at the top of this wooden staircase, you see a lantern that has been sort of manipulated in such a way that the light hits the wooden sign that, give me just a second, that hangs above. There's a sign that hangs above the sort of, it's almost like a balcony, like a landing, if you will, in front of this very thin, almost shack-like store. And the wooden sign that hangs, has an engraving of a like a sack, and in pretty intricate font, it reads the bottomless bag. Underneath it, underneath this building, you see a stall that you would recognize. You would recognize to be a little shop known as the Gutter. The sort of like you see it, it's all currently kind of bagged up, but you see hooks that are often used for display, as well as a knife that seems to be in the physical like wooden stall underneath this overpass. And you see a couple of other booths, crates, and even some tables and chairs underneath this giant overpass that's physically on the dock. Currently at the wharfs, you see, which you would recognize has a multitude of, usually a multitude of riverboats and other like lesser ships. Right now, there are only 7 in total different, shall we say, watercraft of different types. You see a rowboat that is tied up. You see what appears to be 2 different fishing boats, and then you see 2 other slightly larger, almost like almost fully equipped ships. Not quite. They're a little too small to be like ships proper.
But they're
they
a
are
lake sailing boat.
Yeah, they're more like sailing, yes. And one of the things that immediately strikes your senses as you approach this is not only the smell of salt from the water, but you also smell an overwhelming scent of fish and of ale.
Do I know if there are any communal rods? Like, are there just rods that people keep out that people can just kind of use, or is everyone? Do fishermen have their own? I know, like a lot of professional fishermen would have their own personal tackle, and I'm just curious. It depends on the culture and their.
Yeah, you would know that, especially in this region, that most of the fishermen don't just leave their equipment out. Most of the time, the fishermen in Scald just use professional equipment and they keep it stored. Where specifically, you wouldn't know. You don't know of anyone who offers like a communal fishing rod, but you do know that almost all fishing equipment, casual or professional, can be purchased at the bottomless bag.
Okay. Would I know if the bottomless bag? So it would not be open. It's not even dawn yet. So I would. You know what I would do is I would begin to make my way towards the fish market and see if I can find any that were exhibit the signs that I really want to showcase to the party that were kind of left as part of a bad catch in a bucket or something down there.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me.
I was hoping to potentially fish to find one and like show them a fresh one, but I will actually do this instead.
Yeah, no worries. Go ahead and roll me an investigation with advantage.
All right. 13.
Easy enough. You actually notice that there is an entire like crate of, and like you can identify this first by smell, right? The smell of fish is putrid and penetrating to begin with, but as you start to wander the fish market and the gutter, you do get that sense of like that smell when food is starting to go bad, especially when fish is starting to go bad. You follow your schnoz all the way to this crate, and this crate is full of fish exhibiting the exact signs and symptoms that you are looking for.
I will find the crate, leave it there, make my way to the end of the dock, find probably one of the dock posts that's about butt height, and just kind of sit on that and await the party.
2 things. Number 1, roll me a perception check.
Yay. 10.
Those footprints you saw the other night are still there, except they don't really look footprint shaped anymore. It looks like
They're
they got
bigger.
Yeah. You also notice, here's something that definitely catches your eye that's a little different than before. So you would know, just from being around here, that a lot of the buildings and like the posts on the deck and on the docks, often any sort of wood, right, that literally touches or goes into the water tends to be stained with a sort of dirty, like rusty red color. And something that you're noticing that's different than before is you're starting to notice, and at first you aren't certain, and then you look down, you look at the one that you're currently sitting on, and you see little tiny black spots starting to accumulate at the point where the water surface tends to hit and like bobs and ups and downs, and at that top peak where that water bobs. Yeah, sure enough.
Yep. I chose, nodding at that, I feel confident that I chose the right spot for myself.
Okay. Anything else you wish to do?
I will just be futzing with my herbalism kit while I'm waiting for the party.
Do you wish to make anything?
Like a wake me up tonic for anyone who would be tired when they show up.
Go ahead and roll.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah. I will.
I just got restocked when we went to, when I went to, well, my brain just completely shut down for a sec. When I went to Rivka's, so like I got the good shit right now.
Yeah, I would say on a natural 20, here's what I will give you. A potion of lesser restoration.
Ooh.
It is a singular dosage, shall we say, singular potion, but it has the same effect as a lesser restoration spell.
I will kind of tuck it aside, and kind of noticing that I managed to pull off one of the kind of harder recipes that Rivka showed me. I'm gonna kind of be pleased with myself and tuck the little vial away.
Sure. And while you are doing that, Branson, you are rudely, and Ophestial, since you're sharing a room, you are both rudely awakened by the sound of a beak tapping on the glass in the window.
You'll see Branson. You're gonna see Branson pop up and muscle memory throw an axe he purposely didn't put in the bed at the window. So he's at least learning.
Wake up!
You'll watch as he starts hurriedly putting on the armor, so your wake up has been acknowledged, and he's doing this the fastest way he can.
It stares at you for like 20 seconds too long before it leaves.
Magic. And again, he's just putting on a greave. But yeah, Branson will get all the stuff together and start making his way to Upper Scald like he's supposed to.
Here's the
Nope.
kicker. Here's the kicker. That bird was so loud, and these walls are so paper thin that Lena and Razvan, you also heard the wake up call.
Rosvan will slowly get to his feet. put on his effects, and walk outside.
I like to think that Vern is like doing like one of the like you ever see like the small dogs like hopping up and down in front of like a screen door window, like over by the window.
Yeah, yeah.
Omen is like mimicking them on the other side of the window.
No, that
It's
makes
the
sense.
mirror match of the century.
And I'm assuming all 4 of you make your way downstairs then?
Sounds
Yeah.
like Branson
Yeah.
while shouldering the chest.
And you said you're making your way up to, are you heading to the wharves first?
He knows he has to. He knows that time in the upper scald will be limited, and time where he will not be noticed will be limited. So he probably want to prioritize the blacksmith, unless it's still so early that the blacksmith won't open.
It's not even dawn yet.
Well, going to the wharf.
And as I mentioned, you all make your way up towards the wharves. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
$12.
14.
All right, let me get that.
This somehow makes a lot of sense. As the 4 of you are walking, Ephestial, you would notice there are 2 corvids, one of which you would recognize to be Omen, and one of them you don't recognize, that seems to be following you as you make your way to the wharfs. And as the 4 of you make your way, you eventually reach, again, you first smell the smell of the salt, the river. You hear the sound of the very, as you now notice, very quickly rushing current as the different vessels are bobbing up and down and the ropes ebbing and flowing in their tension, almost ready to snap, but not quite. And it seems that you have arrived just around the time that a few others are arriving, as the 5 of you would notice a rather burly gentleman, black curly hair, full sideburn mutton chops with like a full grown beard. He's got common fisherman's gear, fisherman's clothes. Seems to have like pretty nasty scarring up both arms. And he heads over to one of the 2 fishermen's boats, seemingly ignoring Clem entirely, and proceeds to start working on setting up his ship, or his boat, rather. You also notice a very, very well-fit feminine person who, in similar but different attire, right? Both of them seeming to be wearing like plain fisherman's clothing. This more feminine featured person having their hair seemingly like wrapped up in what looks to be like actually ripped apart net. And this individual also makes their way to the other fishing boat and starts getting things ready. This person doesn't ignore you, Clem. They offer you like a small nod of like a salutation.
I would do
just
the
like
same.
acknowledgement. Yeah, before starting
their daily work. And as the four of you arrive, those two people are working on their boats, and Clem is sitting there, perched, waiting.
Brance will head over where Clem is, giving a wave.
Well, we are here. No, how can we help?
Clem would kind of stand up and stretch a little bit before making their way over to the party. Well, I think there are various ways you can help. I'd wish to point a couple things out to you before we... honestly, you all proved extraordinarily useful at the weapon shop, and I think approaching this with the same intention would be prudent. So I wish not to guide too much, because lest you fall prey to my same idiosyncrasies and biases, but I wish to point out several things to you. One, and I gesture at the water, the black spots forming near the water's surface are a semi-recent development, rather similar to what we found at the weapons shop, reaching, at least to me, the conclusion about connection between water and these various effects happening. Secondly, I gesture at the footprint. That doesn't look like a footprint. These are in fact footprints of the individual who I saw shambling from the wharf the other night. While they may not look like that right now, they have grown. I look at Festiel. I feel as though you may be useful here. Lastly, and I would gesture them all to follow me down the dock towards the box. The crate.
Lena would certainly follow.
This is a fishing crate. All of these are contaminated, I believe is the proper term. They were once fish. They are inedible, I believe, generally, so I would not recommend taking any. But they exhibit a lot of the same signs of the various dying living matter that we've seen. I gesture with my arms out to the three things. Your conclusions are your own, but I guide you to what I have been investigating.
All right, I'll let the Festial handle a lot of this. It's going to take me 10 minutes. I wasted too much magic yesterday, so this day I'm going to have to do the long way of doing spells, which means hissing for 10 minutes.
This looks bad, if I'm to be honest. This fungus or mold or whatever it is getting everywhere is not a good sign.
I nod kind of gravely at you.
I get the general feeling, though, I don't think it's natural. I think if it was natural, it'd be more of a concern for the city. I think it's something else is going on.
Well, you're at least coming to the same starting conclusions as me. I hope that you all can offer me some insight. I can tell you some theories, but at the moment, nothing is really founded. I've been trying to find the source, and of this for some time, but honestly, it's gotten easier as it's gotten more dire, so I fear I am running out of time.
Hmm. Lena has a momentary thought and almost like a worrying feeling that kind of like hits her as she kind of like looks at the fish that look like they're infected. How thorough are the people that choose which fish to keep and which fish to throw out?
That is not for me to know, unfortunately. I wish I did.
Hmm.
Of no consequence at all, the three other members of the party who are currently not engaged in conversation and currently um, having a bit better luck with sight, although Vern probably notices this as well. As I previously mentioned, there is that overpass and there are stalls underneath. The three of you plus Vern would notice that there is a sign above one of the stalls that reads in pretty bold red text, "The Gutter." And you all smell fish coming from that direction.
I think Lena would like tilt her head that direction, like smelling the fish. Maybe we could have a sea for ourselves.
I mean, Brandon can't add to a conversation until he finishes ritual casting.
Yep, he's still talking. Or not talking, sorry, casting. Wrong word. But what do the rest of you do?
I think Rosvan is mostly just watching, waiting, observing, keep an eye out for anything strange or different.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh,
Kaz isn't being heard. They're
Hello? Can you hear me now?
There you
Yes.
are.
There we
Oh,
are.
hey. Okay, I've been trying to talk for like 15 minutes. I'm like, I don't think you guys can hear me.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I probably should have picked up on that like a long time ago, but I'm like, oh no, it's fine.
No.
I would never ignore you, Kaz.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
no,
that makes me feel
exactly.
better.
No, yeah, we're not ignoring you on purpose. I promise.
Okay, yeah, no, my internet has been kind of fighting me right now, so
Well, what was
I
it?
think
What
I'm
was it?
okay.
Yeah. What is it that you're trying to do, my friend?
I was attempting to ask Clem, about what time did you start seeing, strange activities at this wharf?
I was able to track it to the wharf not super recently, as a couple, maybe a month ago, I believe. At least that was when I was first saw signs here. But beyond that, I would have to say the first signs I saw in the city, perhaps a month or so prior. But I've been here for much longer investigating our mutual friend. I look at Lena.
Hmm.
Well, based on what we found in the weapon shop, I think it's safe to say that somebody has been bringing this fungus here. Do you
That's
perhaps
very.
know of... Oh, do you perhaps know of anyone who maybe only appeared around a month ago?
To be honest, not really. You're the first newcomers we've had in some time. Roughly that time ago, we had disappearances, further adding to the mystery. I believe this may coincide with whatever it is that you discovered speaking with the fungus yesterday.
Well, I'd be happy to help examine the ones here. I just not sure if we'll be able to gain too much more insight. The fungus in particular seemed to not be too keen on divulging information. But I can try if you think it would help.
I leave that decision ultimately up to you. It is your ability and your prudence.
All right. So starting with the footprint fungi, I'm going to cast Speak with Plants again.
Okay, speak with plants. You have 10 minutes.
Like, hello there. Can you hear me?
Strange words.
You seem to have gotten its attention.
Hello. Do you perchance happen to know where you came from?
Gonna make me roll. Heck yeah. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Came from.
You get the sense from that response that it is mulling over your words and it is almost asking it in turn. You get the sense that it may not understand the question.
Like, where did you grow somewhere else, or did someone bring you here?
Man.
We grow here. Eat wood. Grow bigger. Hungry.
Well, I'm curious what you're doing here. There's no wood around.
The docks.
Oh, duh.
The docks.
That is a dock.
Docks and or fish. To which, if you're talking to the ones with the fish, replace the word wood with fish and or flesh. I'm sorry, not fish. Flesh and hungry.
Yeah, I'm talking to the one on the dock.
Yeah, the one on the dock. Yeah, then it says wood hungry.
So the wood around it,
Hungry.
is it rotting? Like, probably not to the extent that it was in the weapon shop, but like starting to soften.
Roll me a nature check.
Okay. That's a 22.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely starting to soften. You definitely see early signs, like really early signs of decay. And you notice one other thing as well that strikes your fancy that's a little different. Not too different, but a little different than what you saw over in the rotted wood over in the weapon shop is that you see little white lines, almost looking like roots or veins, that are slowly starting to weave into the fibers of the wood. And on that nature check, you would recognize those to be the roots, tendrils, whatever the proper word is, I have forgotten it, of a lot of like fungal, like straight up like mushroom roots, if you will.
Okay, do they look like they're going down, or are they spreading out?
Spreading out.
Okay. Besides eating, do you have a purpose for being here?
What is a purpose?
Well, that's an existential question I didn't think I'd be hit with today. You like a goal? Something you're trying to achieve?
Grow. Eat. Hungry.
He stops and looks up to Clem and just kind of shrugs. Pretty much the same as before. They just want to
Well,
consume.
Spread.
This does
And-
confirm one thing, at least. They come from the same source.
I would assume so.
Bread.
Yes, but we did not know for certain. You okay? You seem distracted.
Grow. Grow.
Festival, I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 6.
As you hear it say grow, your attention temporarily taken away from the fungus, you feel something start to crawl up your hand as one of those white veins loops around your finger. I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Oh, goody.
Oh,
that's fun. This is fun. 18.
You, for the sake of narrative, tear it off just before it starts to cling and climb under your nail. And you hear a loud, like a hiss from the sound of the fungus as you break that tendril off from the wood below.
After he shakes it off, he shoots up from the ground and kind of holds his arms out to get everyone to keep their distance. This one seems particularly volatile.
oh,
It wants to spread. I think that's what it's here for.
Clem gives like a
Hungry.
concerned look back towards the like rest of the city. I'm not
Hungry.
quite as worried about us as I am worried about what happens if a random fisherman gets close to one.
Yes. I mean, I know I was close by, but even just a misstep could be bad. I think.
I don't have the sway to... I can try to scare people away, but it won't work for too long. Clem looks like concerned. I don't know how to deal with this.
If there's a way to
There are-
contain it.
There are many dangers around. I suppose just being educated of it is enough to suffice. Perhaps we make notice of these things and post them around the local tavern so the people know.
I pray people believe you.
Mm,
You continue, Ephestial, to hear it making disgusting eating sounds. You look
Um,
down and
I
you
have a
see-
question.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking at something I could potentially do.
Okay.
For what would the wooden dock be counted as Earth?
What is is it a spell that you're looking at?
Yes.
What is it? What does it say specifically?
It just says you can choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range.
For the sake of keeping things interesting, I'll allow it.
Okay. Taking a quick glance around to make sure nobody's like actively watching them. Uh, given what Lychee said of casting magic in plain sight, Ophestiel is going to mold earth and actually flip the fungi from the baseboard kind of backwards, so it's underneath the dock instead of on the surface.
You
In an
already have a die
attempt
of
to
inspiration,
still
otherwise
it.
I'd give you one.
Okay.
So as you do that, as you flip the baseboard and think that you have hidden it, you watch as those white tendrils, much longer than you thought that they were, are sticking straight up as indicating that they have gone through the wooden board. And now you start to realize the reason they were spreading out instead of going down is because they already went through the wood.
Well, that didn't work.
I commend your attempt, but I fear this whole dock is rotted through. If we want to be certain that we won't have others make the same mistake, we would destroy it, but that would put our reputation below the docks themselves.
Yes, I can see why this is very concerning. I hate to think what happens if it gets a hold of any person.
Rosman's going to take out a piece of paper from his notebook and write, "Forget me not, touch not the rot," and put it at the front where people might walk by and see it.
Okay.
Well-
You place that there, and you do notice, because I'm gonna carry this perception check over Rosvan. You notice that both of the fisher people, the fisher, look over to see what it is that you're doing, and they notice the sign, and they actually like walk over and they read the sign, and they look down, and the more masculine individual goes, "You think this is the same thing we saw in the fish in the catch yesterday?" And the feminine person replies, "Aye, but I'm afraid it's not just this. I was seeing some orange caps as well, and some gold. We'll keep in mind." And they both kind of just look at the five of you and nod. Following that perception check, Razvan, you hear whispers, the two of them whispering amongst each other, something about a body with black spot and orange caps floating down the Sing Song River the other night.
Apologies for intruding, but did you say you found a body?
That we did last night. Floating down the Sing Song River, don't know how it got there. One of the others pulled it out. Thing was covered in black spots. And there was a single, it looked like some sort of mushroom with an orange cap sticking out its foot. It was really bloated, really disgusting.
Clem, do you think perhaps there is something moving these mushrooms into place, or is this just
My
nature here?
My current theory. There are individuals, I believe them to be the cult with no name, that are spreading some sort of rot or corruption throughout our lands. It is my belief that they are holed up here in some capacity. That there is a location where they are spreading it from, intentionally or otherwise. And that whoever died found it before we did. My current theory as to where it is, and with the body almost all but confirming it, upriver on the shore on the far bank. If it were on the near bank, someone would have seen it by now. We would have heard of it. Someone would have passed by it. Fishermen walk along the bank all the time. The far bank, not so much. You have to go across the river.
Then shall we go investigate?
I'm glad that you've come to the same conclusion I have. I did not want to lead you there without you feeling confident it was your volition, not mine. And I stand up from this place I've been sitting.
There's a good chance that I would not be surprised if this is a new, almost propagation of this mold or fungus from the area we passed by on the road. Maybe that's where they got it, and they started using it elsewhere. Or who knows, maybe that's just a further step that they've done, almost like leapfrogging from place to place with it.
I think you're onto something.
But if we are to go and investigate the far shores for something, count me in.
Bunsen, I would imagine you do not have any issues with this.
At this point, he stopped ritual casting because he realizes that by the time it finishes, we're going to be moving somewhere and they'll run out of time on the way there. Well, we have the time before the blacksmith gets in, so yes. More information, I guess.
How do you feel about this, Ophelia?
I'd like to see it. I think whatever we need might be there.
Anyway. Clem, do you mind terribly leading us further towards this?
I'm afraid that my lead stops here. I have not investigated the far bank. I did not feel confident in surviving without backup.
Well, then if you could just point the direction of the far bank.
I gesture to... I literally point to the other side of the river that we are currently on.
Oh, what I mean is a bridge or a vessel?
I point at the ships.
Are we allowed to take those?
I point at the two people who are, like, on the one ship that are currently setting up. We could ask.
You also would note, as Clem is pointing, that just beyond the literal, like, direction that their finger is, you see, and this is the first time that the rest of the party would see this, You see two toll bridges where there is a sort of platform with a portcullis in the center of each of the bridge, and there are two of them to the northeast. So it appears that you have multiple options.
Rosvan will call out to the two fishers that were speaking. Excuse me, sorry to intrude again, but would you be able to help us with potentially a small favor?
Depends on the favor.
We are trying to figure out what is causing the potential dire situation of the. He's gonna just kind of point towards the mushrooms. And our investigations would likely lead us towards across the river. Would you be willing, perhaps, to help us across the way?
Depends on where in the river you're trying to go. Depends on where across. And depends on how much you're willing to pay.
Considering it is a public good, I would imagine perhaps us being a good Samaritan would be enough, no?
May I offer you a secret in return?
Roll me persuasion with advantage, Clem.
Alrighty.
Because I'm going to consider Razvan also giving you the help action, sort of.
We'll give you a bark inspiration. Why not?
Hell
Not
yeah.
that you need it here.
I will save it for now, if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
Between you and me, right? It really does depend on where you want to go. I ain't no cheapskate. Okay? I got work to do. I got fish to catch. If you're gonna ask me to head towards the that's not without
Just take us to the other side of the river. That's all I ask of you.
They point over to... Grab my map here. They point to the islands, the of the plateau on the other side.
I'm so sorry, Saris. Is Saris cutting out for anyone else?
Yeah.
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 But
Okay.
also upriver.
Saris, I'm gonna need you to repeat. You were cutting in and out.
Yeah, something's. I'm shaking hands with Kaz. Something is really my internet tonight. I'm so sorry, folks. I said they pointed upriver.
Upriver.
They
Yeah.
pointed to the two islands. Am I still breaking up?
No, you're good. I'm active listening to make sure I can hear things.
Okay. Point to the two islands where the toll bridges meet, where the actual toll garrisons are, and then they point a little ways beyond that, again still upstream, to the.
You cut off
Where
right
it
as you
is.
said. You
You
cut
wanna
off right
go
as
there?
you said to the blank.
To the other side of the bridge.
Yes, just to the other side of
they
the
ask.
bridge.
Because as you... Okay. Gonna be 5 copper apiece. And that's cutting you a deal.
Do you have a change? If the secret is not, if a secret is not weight enough.
Rosvan will pull out his coin purse and kind of lean in towards Clem. Do you think they're scared, or why the aggression?
Fear, more than anything else. Asking a favor of someone is a big deal, and usually by doing a favor for someone, you are associated with them. I look at Branson.
And Rosvan will hand Clem the appropriate amount of copper.
Okay.
I'll step forward. And may I offer you a piece of advice? If you're ever caught in the mists, follow the spider. I hand over the gold, or the copper. Sorry.
I think we lost them again.
I think what's going to happen is, for now, I'm going to have to use my phone until I can figure out what's going on with my Wi-Fi.
Oh, no.
Well,
Yeah, I apologize. Folks.
Do you want to possibly take a break here so that way you don't have to like stress?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do some troubleshooting on a break.
I was going to say, let's finish up the conversation real quick, because I actually missed, you said a word of advice, and that's when my internet dropped.
Yes. A word of advice. If you're ever caught in the mists, follow the spider.
They're going to squint at you. They're going to nod and say, I'm going to take that, unless you had something else as your rumor.
'Tis not a rumor, 'tis a secret.
Very well. And you notice that they start getting the boat ready to sail. And with that, yep, we're going to take a break. Well, I figure out what's going on.
I look at Razvan appreciatively and like that is where that ends.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks.
You're fine.
No, it's okay. It might
Hardly
be
your
a
fault.
Discord thing, so maybe we could try changing the region lock. I know that does help sometimes.
No, actually, like straight up, my Wi-Fi is straight up disconnecting from my computer.
Ugh.
On my end. It is not a Discord issue, it is a Wi-Fi issue for some weird reason. Like I saw it happen a couple times where it just straight up kicked me out of the internet and then reconnected me. I have not had that sort of issue before. So this may be a situation where I will have to just finish the night, unfortunately, on my phone instead of using my actual microphone. And just sort of roll with the punches.
You might want to restart your router. For my help.
Yeah, I can do that during the break, but it's gonna take a minute to get things resituated.
I think that might be the better option
because
because we're already on a break, right?
Okay. I'm just saying it might. My concern is that it may take like a solid 10 minutes.
That's fine. That's a long break.
I'd rather take a 10-minute break than you struggling with it the rest of the session, right?
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Okay. Alrighty. As long as you're good with it.
Yeah.
Then I shall BRB.
To be completely contrarian, I'm not. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Also, Razvan, I had to... Not Razvan, Zan. It happens once every month. But yeah.
Zanvon.
But, I had to fight for Branson not to fully 1,000-yard stare when you say, "You're leaving us." This is what happens. I make a neurotypical character, and I eventually get all of the people with ADD.
I mean, your character has the most ambition here, the most drive, so it makes sense that we would kind of fall in line, right?
Yeah, it's just that was very much the opposite of his stance the moment we got here, the first, from the carnival.
Again, your character has the most context and like reason for movement, so it made sense to throw it at you.
Yeah, it's something just to think about. There's some things have gone how I thought they would, some things haven't, so it's been a very interesting session. Like, I did not expect that chest to be, like, literally able to reload and throw out more needles. So that chest must have cost more than her house.
Pretty funny.
But yeah, no, I love that this episode's slowly becoming, hey kids, want to see a dead body?
I'm excited to get into the thick of it.
Also, earlier, I was having to try so hard. Like, I took a drink, went completely down the wrong pipe, and I was, like, dying of coughing earlier. I just had to pull my, like, lap blanket up to my face to try to muffle me.
Damn.
Yeah.
How we doing, Kaz? You keeping not so hot? Or not too hot?
I think I might have stepped into the air conditioner just for a while. Oh.
Damn, that's smart.
Also, Rocket Ball's finally live. Like, they actually caught up, so they can now watch whenever we play on Sundays.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Heck
Welcome
yeah.
Yeah, they've been having a fun time in chat. Though I will say, I'm super glad we have a druid because we would not have figured any of this shit out by ourselves.
Definitely would have been a lot harder.
No, and literally when it was like down to picking spells for the level up, I'm like, this is a must. I feel like this is gonna solve a lot of problems.
I mean, let me check. Did it do? Yeah, it'll be very interesting when Branson learns. Do I get it? I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, speak with dead.
I mean,
Go
don't
to
you have
try to
access
talk-
to it? Because isn't that a 3rd level spell?
I am rolling this as for a character thing that me and Sarah talked about. Branson does not know that he has 3rd level magic. He hasn't had to use to call it. And so I picked 2 spells that he would innately cast on instinct. Haven't changed them. Plus my predetermined spells. Which made last session so hard because I was going like, oh, I only got 1s and 2s to deal with here. That said, I did think when I was doing stuff after our rest to prepare Zone of Truth. I think we're gonna need that.
Much better than the discount spell, Zone of Half Truths.
I'm just so glad Angelique did not take any of Razvan's advice from us to heart and left Branson the fuck alone.
I'm talking about Branson's a people person.
He is a 9 people person. Actually, no, I can answer this. Yeah, he is a 7 people person. And they are all 7 of the people that he has met along this way.
But you're meeting new people all the time.
So far, the only people that he likes in Scald that he's met are Lychee, who we met outside of Scald, and the soulless bartender, because the soulless bartender is just giving off retail energy. He understands that. He makes sure to tip well. But yeah. Oh, I forgot about the madam. He likes the madam too. I'm really glad that we have the madam, because now I got someone to sell that ink to. I also love that of all the things that phased Lychee, he was not phased at all by, I've already gone through more than half of what you paid me yesterday. In a single day, I spent what most people take a year to make.
You gotta spend money to make money, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, Branson's not in the business of making money. He's in the business of acquiring enough funds to keep going.
He's collecting cadavers.
Yes.
How is that?
So far, clear.
So far.
Good for now.
Okay.
Time will tell.
My internet is showing 3 bars instead of 1 right now.
That's good.
An accomplishment.
That said, we can test and see how it goes, but I will be right back because I was waiting till you got back to use the restroom.
Go for it. Stretch your
Yeah, I know when it gets super hot, like my internet starts to be weird. Like we have to, the like connective box is outside, so we kind of just like tent it so it doesn't overheat. But I don't think we've done that yet.
Yeah, I think I know for the fact there have been some issues with our internet providers as of late, and then when I walked upstairs, I saw my mom was streaming something, like not like a live stream or like Twitch or anything, but like was watching something on stream that streamed. So it could be a combination of things.
Fair enough.
But I also, for the record, moved rooms. Not sure how much that's gonna help too. Because right now I'm seeing the Wi-Fi has dropped down to 2 bars instead of 3. So we're gonna do our best. How are you all doing so far?
Doing pretty good, Saris. How about yourself?
Aside
Outside of
from
the internet connection. Yeah.
Yeah, aside from the internet, I'm doing great.
Just trying to keep cool. It is very warm.
Yep. I've had a fan blowing this entire time.
I return.
Welcome back.
I just saw what Sarah's posted.
I have to go to the restroom as well, but I will feel free to start without me. I will be right back.
No, take your time.
That's what I believe. Now my headcanon is that there's at least like 7 of those octopi in Scald, just beating the shit out of fish.
I will not confirm nor deny those accusations. All I will say is that you did not ask for a nautical adventure when you signed up for Carticus.
True.
Doesn't mean I won't write one in the future, but Carticus specifically does not call for a nautical adventure.
Yes, the almost entirely landlocked plane. I hadn't figured.
Yeah. Although there are certain places where there might be stuff and things lurking in the waters.
Stuff and things.
Yeah.
Well, that's horrifying to think of.
Yeah. The world is your oyster.
Suddenly wishes I was playing Daedalus
And
again,
back.
so I have all the lightning spells. But yeah, welcome back.
Says the man with the black lightning.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that.
But is everyone here?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah.
Da.
The unison ye was kind of perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Skelly, you here?
Yeah.
Kaz, you here?
Yeah.
Zan, you here?
Here.
Vaughn?
Hi.
Leah?
Yeah.
Alrighty. The 5 of you hop on this fisher's boat, and it is a bit cramped. The boat itself is not super long, super deep. However, you all managed to fit in, and this is going to be very interesting because the individual looks to the two of you that have seemingly the most physical prowess and tosses both of you an oar. So Branson and Lena tosses both of you an oar.
Okay. She would
Yeah.
catch it.
And she states, since we're going upstream, I'm going to need some additional help. You're going to have to row.
Okay.
I can steer, keep us right on track. But if one of the two of you doesn't match, you don't oar in the same time, I can't guarantee we won't spin and eddy out. So, mechanically speaking, what this means is I'm going to ask you two to roll athletics checks.
Okay.
Mhm.
There will be a couple of these in succession. The closer your rolls are, the better your success is.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Now, the rest of the party, if you have means to do so, can help. But you cannot give the help action.
Do you possibly have another oar? I am more than capable of helping.
In what way? Unfortunately, if these two sides end up being unbalanced and they don't
Well, that is my intention, is if one of them is not pulling their weight, I will assist that side.
I don't have a third oar, but if you can find another way to do so, I definitely won't stop you.
Do you have a loose plank?
Have we gone off the moor of the dock yet?
Not yet.
Branson reaches over to the last timber on the dock, and he's just going to try to pull it up.
Branson, don't touch that.
Oh. All right.
Give me just a second to have, as the individual starts scrounging about the ship. Okay.
Yeah. If we cannot have anything else to assist, at the very least, maybe a song from our lovely Branson would be able to assist us. And Razvan, with a smile, will kind of pull his hands up towards one of the sides and begin to kind of drum alongside whatever tune.
I can't sing and row at the same time. It's actually you need a lot of coordination for rowing.
Then let me row. You sing.
He looks at your arms. I am doing you a favor, Razvan. Listen to me on this.
I'd rather listen to you on something else.
I could make this boat a lot lighter without you.
Clem,
Yes.
you see the fisher actually pull out what appears to be like a 2x4 that's just about your height. Do you think this will work?
I should be able to use it to at least, perhaps if, at the very least, if someone is rowing too strong, I can add some drag to that side.
Very well. So, I think mechanically speaking, the way that this is going to work, this is going to be very it's going to be a little weird, a little experimental.
I was going to say, I
know-
have a suggestion.
Okay.
Either of them can add or reduce their roll by my strength.
Yeah. We'll go with that then.
So either of you, your choice, like based on the roll, you
I
have
would
a
say
plus or minus 3.
I would say Clem is going to have to choose.
Okay,
It won't
I
be
will
up
choose.
to
I will
them. It
choose
will
then.
be-
Well,
it will-
yeah.
you
All
will
right,
have
then
to
I have
call
a
it.
I will have a 3 to potentially add or lower.
And you will have to call it before I give a determination
Got it.
of
Cool,
how
cool, cool.
successful they are.
But I will just I will see the rolls first, correct?
Yes.
Cool. Cool.
All right. Does this sound agreeable to you all?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to me.
That is my
All
assist.
right.
Does anyone else assist him?
No, but Razvan will give bardic inspiration to Branson, so he can help with the singing.
Alrighty. Is there anything Hephaestus feels that he can do to assist?
Thinking that Razvan might have actually had a good theory before he derailed into making Branson sing. He'll keep like a beat as kind of
Okay.
like a 1-2 1-2 to keep them in sync, not too fast, but like just with like a foot tap.
Okay. I will tell you how that helps later. But what I will
Okay.
ask is that as long as you are keeping it up, I will need a performance check from Hephaestus as like a form of concentration.
Okay.
All right. First set of rolls. Branson, Lena, I need an athletics check, and Hephaestus, I need a performance check.
Okay. Let's.
Oh, that's good.
Not bad at all.
I will make it closer by adding 3 to Lena's.
Okay.
Oh shit.
16 and 15. You two, for the first trek of the river, managed to keep pretty steady and pretty straightforward as you depart from the docks and start heading upstream. As you do, Razvan in particular, as you have demonstrated yourself to be rather perceptive type, notice that you have departed just around the time where the sun is starting to peak and people are starting to begin their morning duties. And just as the current is starting to get difficult, I will need another set of checks from Lena, Branson, and Festial.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Thank you for recharging my bardic inspiration cannon.
Seeing that I kind of got them on a rhythm this time, I'm just gonna sit back.
Okay. It's funny, Festial, you break concentration, yet somehow it seems to help as Elena and Branson manage to keep the rhythm on their own, and you continue to move straight. I will note that the difficulty is also increasing as the current continues to pick up, and you actually notice that there are now waves that are slowly, well, not slowly, that are gradually beginning to increase in their strength and are actually starting to rock the boat even more. One more check from the two of you.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, that one's a little farther apart.
I'm gonna add 3 to Lena's.
Add 3 to Lena's. That's going to be a 25 and 16 with a 9-point difference. You start to push a little too hard, Branson, and the boat begins to veer off to the left, starting to get hit rapidly by waves, pushing you actually further down the stream and beginning to eddy just a little bit. The fisher actually calls out, "Hey, keep it steady up there. You're going to have to veer more to the right. You're going to have to veer more to the right." And with that, does anyone want to do anything before I call the next checks? As the waves are starting to crash in and over onto the deck of the boat.
As a corrective measure, can Razvan and I try to walk towards and use our body weight to steer it towards the direction we're drifting from?
I will allow it, sure.
Razvan will also give a point of bardic inspiration to Lena.
Okay.
Thank you.
And with that, go ahead and roll me another set of checks.
All right.
9
Oh,
and a 7. You both, actually, before I say anything, Clem, are you doing anything?
I add 3 to Lena's once again, 9, 10.
Okay, 9, 10. You both ease on, not like adding the brake, so to speak, but like ease up on your row and balance out, moving straight. I will say with the added bonus of a Festial and Razvan, what is the two of you's collective strength score? Like, what is your adds your modifier to strength?
Me and Razvan?
Yep.
I'm so sorry. I have a -2.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Razvan has a +1.
Okay.
So -1.
So
we're not helping.
Together we have literally less than useful strength.
So what this has done, is you are going straight again. You are no longer turning left, but you are going straight and you are heading towards instead of going upstream, you are now going straight across stream and heading straight towards the plateau. In other words, you are going to need to correct.
Uh-oh.
So go ahead and roll me another check.
Okay.
Eight.
I have bardic
Okay.
inspiration.
A recommendation, you
Mhm.
want to turn right. Lena's on the right, Branson's on the left.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, hang on. I have bardic inspiration. I can use that to up my roll. Like if we get more off, like would it make it turn better?
It will make it turn more to the right, yes.
All right. It's a D8 right, Zan.
Correct.
Okay.
But we still want to be closer, correct?
Correct.
Like you. Okay, so I will add 3 to Branson's still.
Okay. And with a lean towards Lena, that is going to be an 11 versus a 15. With a slight lean towards Lena, you find yourself fully able to sort of weave around and course correct, now heading backwards upstream. Let's do one more check. Does anyone want to assist these two before they make their final check?
Another point of bardic inspiration for Lena.
Okay. All right, here goes the nothing.
17 and a 9.
I will use that bardic inspiration immediately. 10.
10.
13.
13, a 13 and a 17. It's a little wonky. It's not perfect. But you do manage to, with a bit of a left turn, manage to hit the sand. And the fisher goes, well, we made it. Not too bad for non-sailors.
I actually have plenty of experience at sea, but it was good work from both of you. Thank you.
Lena's just like rubbing like her right shoulder. It's like, you got a bit of a cramp, but I think otherwise I'm good.
Rance will get out, just help anyone who needs help getting out.
Yep. You're able to do so with ease.
I imagine with Ophelia, it's like lifting up a thing of grapes.
Kind of, yeah.
Does that mean you're agreeing to piggyback for the rest of the session?
For the rest of the campaign.
For the rest of the campaign. I don't expect to use my legs ever again.
That's my boy.
You just pass him off like a koala.
You need to remember, Branson is the one who runs directly in front of danger. Do you want to commit to that?
I mean, it means I don't gotta walk.
I mean...
As the 5 of you depart and pull yourself to shore, you are wet, by the way. It is, you did have to hop out in the water, and you notice the bottoms of your pants, for those of you wearing pants, or the hems of your garments, seem to be a little bit, shall we say, stained with like a rusty color. And the 5 of you begin to walk up I'm assuming you walk up the path that heads up towards the plateau.
After a
that makes
polite
sense.
wave.
For sure. You reach you reach the top of the plateau. It's not. It is a bit of a climb. It is a bit of a hike. But you do make it up to the top, and you notice around the area now that you can actually sort of see everything in this clearing and in this plain. The path heads down towards one of the rivers that you recognize. Like when I say rivers, it's more. It's much smaller. It bleeds into the Sing Song River. It is much smaller in comparison. There is still a stone, this time made of stone, bridge that crosses over. And on the other side of this river, you actually do see the forest area with the shacks, the old shacks, and up a ways, you see the strange and mysterious and odd building that seems to be up even further up the cliff sides, where the waterfall hits Upper Scald. Where do you wish to go?
Well, I suppose we should travel where we think the bodies may have come from. No?
Mm-hmm. While that's happening, Branson is going to first walk into the center of like the plateau, and he's just going to put that on for magical whetstone.
Okay. Interesting.
Elena would pause it and say, well, whatever it is, it would have to be either down by the water side or it would have to be somewhere where some kind of drainage system would be able to carry it down to the water. Maybe something built up high, close to the water.
Well, there's a waterfall, right?
Correct. There are a couple of areas that connect to the Sing Song River. Again, there's that waterfall, but there's also the stream, or it's not really a stream, like I said, it's a river, but it's smaller, that the road that you're currently on directly leads to. And you would recognize just from your current vantage point that the road that you're currently on heads both towards, again, the shacks, but it also tees off and heads up even higher up to the cliffs, where the waterfall is and where the unknown mysterious building sits.
I would say somewhere up near that waterfall makes the most sense. It would be able to churn substances into the water supply and probably help it flow a good distance if it got caught in the middle current.
Astute observation. Perhaps we could. Waterfalls tend to have caves near them as well.
I didn't
Yeah.
actually think of that.
If there is one, then there could potentially be more fungi.
Very well. I suppose follow me. And Rosman will begin to walk that direction.
You all collectively start to head down the road, and something almost immediately catches your eye as you hit the bridge. You're still a ways away from it, but remind me passive perceptions. I believe Hephaestus is pretty high.
18 for Rosman.
Mine is 14.
Okay, 14.
Same.
18. 14. Lena?
Crap. It's 10.
What was that?
Minus 10, not Lena's.
Passive perception.
Passive perception, it's going to be, I want to say a 12. Let me double check. Sorry, I was typing notes in the thingy. Oh, it's 13. It's actually 13.
Okay. This would make sense then. Razvan, as you are taking the lead, you notice as you hit the bridge, you actually see a dark cloak bolting down the roadway and taking the road and then bolting into the forest, heading towards the shacks.
Looks like somebody has beat us here. I kind of point towards the direction where you saw the figure. Someone was running in a hurry.
What do they look like?
Hood? Difficult to say.
Did they have a black cloak?
Yes.
He's going to put a heavy hand on your shoulder. Razvan, is as your friend I say this? Have you not been listening? The only thing about the cult with no name is they wear black cloaks!
I wear a black cape.
Yes, but you're not from here, and someone who lives here wearing that would definitely know. Most cloaks are kept brown for a reason. But Branson, I will say, if they did not already know we're here, they do now. Where did you see it lead?
Razvan will lead.
It's funny. Branson, you also picked locate object. And as you're following Razvan, you get this sneaking suspicion that Razvan is also heading in the direction of the object. Vaguely, anyway.
I'm going to charge
And
just to himself.
Pardon?
Just to himself, I'm going to charge a fee for having to deal with cultists. This was not in the contract.
And as you, I'm assuming, are you bolting? Are we full dash mode? Like, how are we traveling at this point?
Probably moving quickly, yeah.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Since we've probably been spotted, it may be a good idea to get there quickly.
Minimum brisk jog.
Right. As I anticipated. You find yourself bolting through the woods, and though at a slight disadvantage, I would like the 5 of you to roll me a perception check.
Keen.
14?
Sepsione.
10.
14.
Ah, you broke the cycle.
Man.
I'm
You're
gonna
really
add
close to
my
the
bardic
second.
inspiration.
Oh, true, I still got that.
Is it a D6 or a D8?
A D8.
12.
12. Well, now I just book
You managed to do it. Huh?
the rolls. Just joking. You're fine.
You managed to do a fairly decent job as you follow the direction for the most part until, unfortunately, the forest itself breaks, and as you come out, you find yourself in the clearing with 4 different shambled buildings surrounding you. Well, I shouldn't say surrounding you. They're more to the south of you. But something immediately catches your eye as the area feels kind of like a shanty town. There are more shacks, of course, but this is where your path has stopped. And most of the buildings have this sort of tumble down look about them, clearly in need of various stages of repair. The trees even seem to be supporting them. You find that the entire area is deserted and eerily quiet, especially considering you were just following someone. You literally saw the cloak, heard the footsteps, until suddenly it just vanished for just a moment, but you swear the person's in the area. And Branson, your spell is still indicating that you're clearly in the right area. One thing that definitely for certain catches your eye, though, is, well, maybe I should just show you.
Oh?
Uh-oh.
As the ground around you seems to be almost littered in vines and in roots wherever the road itself seems to peter off, you notice that amongst the areas of the ground, the soil almost seems to turn this almost like wine burgundy red. And the ground is again almost littered in these bushes, covered in these again wine red berries. There's something so particular about the space that you don't even hear the sound of the rushing water of the Sing Song River. All sound of the city seems to just vanish. This place almost feels lost in time and space, and yet it is still here. It is still alive. It is still moving as a light breeze brushes through the various branches about you. And all the while, again, you have the sense that you know that you're in the right spot as soon as you step into this clearing, you can't help but feel like there are eyes on you at all times. You should have total control of your tokens. You are welcome to explore and investigate.
Branch is just gonna, to Clem's ear. They're here, or at least the stone is. I can't pinpoint it. It only tells me if it's within 1,000 feet. It doesn't tell me which direction.
Considering you clearly know more than me in this case, why don't you give us a good point of reference? Where do we go first?
Well, there's literally one right next to us, so... He just pipes up against the door, quickly throws up a thaumaturgy to see if the door swings open.
It sure does. It almost even breaks as you use thaumaturgy.
And since nothing seems to have jumped out through the door to attack what that happened, he will just step there and look inside.
Give me just a second to
You're fine.
mess with roll 20.
It's roll 20 Fog of War. We will give you all the time you need.
You step inside, the vines again seeming to hold up the wood planks as if the trees themselves are providing structure where the rotted shacks no longer can. You see inside an empty woven basket, yet not in with the same sense of age when you immediately look through. As you tilt your head inside and peer in, you also see a rather stained but substantial white tarp laid across, well, at least something on the ground. Anything beyond that would require an investigation check.
I would love to do that.
I take a quick sip of Cerveza Cristal. It says a small amount of alcohol.
It does.
Yeah, 9 intimidation. I'm gonna take that 22.
I will need you to physically go inside the
Oh, yeah.
shack and let me know what it is that you're investigating.
He's gonna investigate mostly the tarp first because the bag will be easy. It's just lid. But there could be a lot of stuff under a tarp.
Yeah. So you notice almost immediately a couple things. Number one, the tarp itself seems to be stained with like a reddish brown in a lot of different places. But as you rifle through, there are a couple things that immediately catch your eye. Number one, there seems to be like gardener's tools here, like a pair of, pardon the colloquialisms, but like snippers, like the vine trimmers. You notice a tool that has like one side of it has almost like a half sphere, and then the other side has like a little metal like a peg, and when you like squeeze the handle, the one metallic side goes straight through into the half sphere. You've never seen something like this before. You're not really sure what it is.
Well, it sure is not a magical whetstone or a cultist.
Nope, it's not.
Now, do I have to roll a separate investigation check to check out the basket?
Nope. The basket is just like you pick it up and it sure is just a basket, although you do see some type of like animal hole underneath it.
Hmm. How big is the animal hole? Just curious.
Medium sized. Definitely bigger than like a ground squirrel or a mole.
And of course we don't know if they have druids in the Cult of No Name. Festiel, do you want to try to check out a burrow?
Okay. And he will come up behind you to see what you're looking at.
He just lifted up the basket. While he's checking inside the basket, he points at the burrow.
He'll kneel down and kind of like dig at it.
Go ahead and roll me a nature check, Festiel.
Okay. 14.
This is a foxhole.
All right. Looks like it's just a fox burrow.
Oh. And the basket really doesn't have anything of note.
Currently, it is just a woven basket.
All right, he will drop it. This room's clear.
With that, I saw Clem move between the stumps. What are you doing, buddy?
There's kind of almost a moment of pensive thought, like they're lost in memory for a second, as they just kind of run their hand along the rings of the stump. Almost like there's a little bit of them that's kind of looking how long ago it was cut, but it's mostly kind of lost in thought for a second there.
Sure. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, you're too lost in thought. Oh no!
Oh, get ready for this one.
They're lost in
big
the
boy
sauce.
rolls.
13. As your hand circles the rings of the stump, almost like a premonition, the world around you seems almost distant. Like, for a moment, your hand is no longer on the stump, but is instead on the trunk. Like a memory that you were experiencing. And as you look to the side, you look not really anywhere in particular, and yet, despite not looking anywhere in particular, your eyes land on, again, almost like a premonition or like a memory. Your eyes land on two figures, dark, a bit hazy, indistinguishable but clearly cloaked, one with a shovel, the other holding a load in their hands in this direction. And after a moment, it disappears.
Kind of take a deep breath, look that direction. I'm going to kind of stare at it for a little bit, almost as if I'm double checking to see if anything else shows up. Kind of assuring my sight, I'm going to take a look around for any possible animals and listen for any possible animals in the area.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
May I, and feel free to shoot this down, may I look for areas where I feel like I would know an animal might be, or areas where burrows are likely, where voles might be hiding under boards or something like that?
Sure.
May I roll a nature check instead?
Sure. I'll allow it.
20.
Dirty 20. That is something that strikes you as very odd, is as you sort of trace the ground, the roots and the vines entangling the earth below you, your eyes moving from tree to bush to bush. You don't get the sense that many animals, especially and particularly prey animals, reside within 30 feet of this location. You do see birds nesting, though not many.
If I do see a bird nesting, I will call up, friend, you wouldn't happen to have seen someone who passed through here recently?
Um, um, yes.
Do you recall which direction they went? And I'm, without even like offering or anything, I'm reaching into my little pouch for some bird seed that I keep for Omen.
Which direction?
The person that was coming, did you see
Which
where
one?
they went?
Which
Oh.
one?
How, were there more than one?
Yes.
Did they go in different directions?
I'm gonna roll a check. Towards the water.
I looked back the direction we came.
You
Is
would
there-
know. You would
Yeah.
know that the nearest direction of the water from where you are now is towards your south, towards the southernmost part of the shacks in the shanty town.
Well, so we kind of took like a loop around this.
Correct. In order to get here, because you are on the other side of the river, in order to get here, you had to take like a loop a little bit to the northeast and then south again.
I am gonna look back towards the group. Lena, have
Yes.
your ally keep an eye out. I don't have Omen with me right now. They seem to have gone southward.
All right, can do. And she would have Vern kind of like have like eyes a little bit higher up in the local area.
I will give you a Vern token.
Vern token.
Where did he go? I know for a fact that I had a token for you. Where did he go?
They'd probably be like up in like one of the trees nearby, probably like this one or so.
Sure. In the meantime, what are Razvan and Lena doing while I get you that? There it is. While I get you that owl token.
You want to go first, Dan?
Sure. Rosvan is going to kind of casually have his rapier out and kind of just stand near the door, keep an eye on Clem.
I nod at Razvan and give I think you're best to stay in the center there. Keep your eyes on a swivel. I don't want to. If anything surprises us, you're rather good at helping others. I'd like you to stay in the center.
Rosvan will nod and move back.
Lena, move up, please. And I'm going to keep moving up a little bit as well.
She would absolutely start taking this path over here. When she actually gets down here, I'm not sure if it's just the map or not, but are these plants different from the usual fauna around, the flora around?
Yeah. Roll me a nature check.
Okay. Not good at these. So, okay, 18.
It's actually
And a 16. I was also doing the same.
Yeah, sure thing. And both of you would actually recognize the smell of the flower. Oddly enough. It strikes you like you weren't prepared for it.
This is Meeklebren. These are Meeklebren bushes.
Oh.
Also, you have.
Oh,
you have
I was zoomed in on that tree and I saw this.
you now have a burb. Let
Bird.
me give you permissions. Congratulations, you have burb.
Lena, is this Mikkelbren? I'm not as familiar. It's not from my region.
It is. And she kind of like goes to the plant and kind of like kneels down near it. This is usually grown back in Harmonia to make a special celebratory brew of a sort.
It seems to be growing with some ferocity.
Yes. And it's at this point where she wrote something off earlier, but now she has like a sinking pit in her stomach. Clem?
Yes.
Do you remember when I asked you how thorough were the fishermen in picking out which catches were bad and which weren't?
I do.
They served fish and stewed Meeklebrow at the split boar last night.
Clem's brow kind of furrows, and they look down at the Mikkelbren plants. I will say I wish I was able to discern more from that information. But all I can say is that coincidences do not come so lightly. I would like to begin inspecting the difference between, and there's a reason I was going for this patch over here rather than this over here.
Mm-hmm.
Is I wanted to inspect stuff that has been not as trod on, isn't quite so in the center.
Sure.
I wanted to see where it's been least disturbed. And
Sure.
see if I can determine because it looks that way on the map. But, and I don't know if Clem would be able to make that conclusion entirely himself. But she's going to take a look to see if this soil has anything to do with the Mikkelbren.
I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that you're, because I wasn't expecting you to pick up on it, but yeah, it does seem to have an influence.
Lena, this
Why
soil, it seems darker than the others, yes? Than normal?
Yes. I mean, typically darker soils often indicate.
Richer in nutrients.
Yes.
Or in organic matter. I'm gonna very closely inspect some of the Mikkelbran to see if I can see, because You probably know this. You're writing a Cardicus campaign, but blight, like blight on plants. It can sometimes be really hard to notice, and blight tends to be a fungal pattern that stays between spreading plants. Even if you try to separate it, it's very hard to get rid of a blight. You usually have to take out the whole like set of plants. So I'm gonna be inspecting this Miko Bren for blight.
Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
$17.
17. It's interesting. You swear you should expect to see blight here, but as you turn, the only thing that you notice is that your hands are becoming dyed with red, but you see no sign of blight. In fact, I will also just give you this. These bushes are thriving.
My last theory. I'm going to grab one and root it. Pull it out by the roots. But right at the base, right above the soil. Gonna root it. Take a look at the roots.
Give you advantage because of your nature check, but go ahead and roll me strength.
Flat strength.
Yeah.
11.
It's a little difficult, and you almost have to you try to root it, and it just kind of gets stuck for a minute. You have to use like your other hand to try and dig, and this thing is deeply rooted, like deeply rooted.
Does it seem like the roots are attached?
Yeah.
To the other roots?
They're kind of entangled. I wouldn't say that they're attached, but they're kind of entangled.
Do they seem like they're stemming from a similar root system? Or are they individual plants?
They are individual plants, but they have kind of intertwined and themselves. And actually, because of this, I'm going to give you advantage again. I'm going to have you roll an investigation check. And Lena, I would like you to roll an investigation check as well.
Okay.
I think this would be taking some time. So if there's anything... I know Razvan is very much keeping on the lookout for us, but I know I think Branson and Nephestiel would have a chance to
absolutely
do something at this point. Oh, sorry, that's my investigation is worse, so it would have been a -3, 6.
Okay.
Oh, but with advantage, so
with advantage, yep.
20.
20. So we're gonna put those two on pause for just a moment. Razvan, if you want to go ahead and roll me a perception, and I'm gonna put a pin on that as well.
24.
Okay, that works really well. I love it when the dice offer me a boon.
Branson and Ephestiel, what would you two like to do?
Branson's first.
That's a persuasion. Are you persuading the bushes?
Apologies.
You're good. I'll still keep it.
No,
the 26. Yeah, no, that still works.
Yeah, talking to plants is my shit.
The plants.
Yeah. All right.
Don't take my bit.
Hey, but I talk to animals, you talk to plants. We're gonna get Branson talking to dead people.
Or snakes.
We're gonna have it covered.
Dead people and snakes.
Yep.
Though Branson's going to do what he should have done to begin with, especially when we actually found someone. He's going to unshoulder the chest, unlock it, take out his axe, relock it, put it inside this empty hut, and now he is prepared for anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Though I will say Branson's going to try something that it is a thing that only a undead hunter would know.
Sure.
He is going to look for if there is a trail of more than 3 butterflies.
Oh, okay.
And now I'll have to find exactly why it is to drop in like call text in a second, but I'm gonna guess that's perception, or do you want investigation?
That's gonna be perception.
Okay.
You're actively seeking.
15.
15. 3 butterflies, right?
3 or more.
3 or more. It's odd. It's really odd. You don't see any insects at all.
Hmm. He'll just be like, alright, no fresh dead. He'll wait for Ophestiel to come out and see what they want to do before he starts checking another one of the buildings.
I was gonna say, and just follow you and we can do it together.
Okay. He'll just turn to you and be like, if you see three or more butterflies hovering around an area, let me know, because that means a fresh corpse there.
Alright.
Could you just ping which side of this building has the door on it? Oh wait, so I see the path.
Yeah.
There we go. Again, up to the side. Up to the side of the door. Thaumaturgy it open.
It just breaks off. It just splinters and just into a pile on the ground.
Yeah. Hey man, Branson's learned that you breach and clear. He might have a scar or two somewhere because he didn't learn that first.
Okay.
Yeah, he's.
What you notice. What you notice is a full basket of what appears to be just thousands of berries and 2 empty baskets.
Lots of berries and lots of baskets. This has probably got to be something that they're doing. Possibly it's an ingredient to create the fungus.
I don't know about that. Ophestiel will pick up one of the berries and, like, look at it closely.
You find your fingers now dyed red.
Wait a second. When he sees that the dyed red, Ophestiel, give me bring your fingers to my nose here.
He, shifty eye hands you his hand.
He smells where the red is. Do I smell a faint hint of iron?
You smell a very bittersweet smell. Does not smell like iron. But it looks like it should be blood.
This looks too much like blood to not be blood. We have cultists, and we know that they mess with nature magic along with necromancy. I wouldn't be surprised if this is used as a substitute for something.
Perhaps for staging something.
You just watch him give a big shrug, like, I don't know. I'll give you like a bit of advice. If cultists were sensical, they would not be cultists, so you can never guess with them.
Fair enough. But clearly they have a plan for something.
Yes, it's just it'll be staring us in the face once we figure it out, and we'll be like, how did we not figure that out? Happens every time. I'm telling you. I've only had to deal with like 2 cults. But both times. But yeah, having not found anything, they'll probably start heading back outside to the next shack.
With that, the 20 and the natural 19 on investigation. Lena, as you're digging through your hand, this is not a visual thing. Your hand passes over. You expect to feel wood, right? From the branches and the trunk of the bush. But instead you feel it's gritty. It's hard. You dig your fingers into it deeper and you start to realize as it splinters under your fingernails, you feel bone. Clem, you move the base around as you're looking through this root system, and as you continue to pull and to investigate, you start to notice something else entangled in that root system. It looks like a humanoid finger. And as you do, Razvan, you notice quicker than probably they anticipated. 3 individuals in black cloaks moving out from the tree line. One of them looks to you, looking at you, Razvan, from over Clem's shoulder. Clem's head down deep in the ground. And they say, I'm afraid it looks like we have some intruders. And as I ask you all to roll me some initiative, that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Ooh.
Should we click our tokens first before doing it, or I'm just not sure if you're going to use a roll tracker?
I'm not using a roll tracker, no.
Tharby Cultus.
And I will go ahead and reveal.
The Miko Brow. The Miko Brow's made of people.
Oh yeah, we totally missed a chance to do that.
Boom. And
Seen him.
boom. All right. Well, thank you all for playing.
Oh, it was great.
I'm having fun.
Thank you for running.
Thank you for playing.
I just can't wait until he gets back to the blacksmith, chucks the fucking whetstone on the thing covered in blood and like wounds. It's like, there's my end, do yours. All this for a fucking magic rock. But yeah, no, do we want to start going around the horn so that way people can get out for when they need to?
Around the horn. I don't know. I was going to try to come up with a pun, but I didn't have anything. I'm sorry.
No, I know the
failed you
exact
all.
one.
It was a valiant effort.
It wasn't. It was. I just said around the horn. More like around the door.
There's no
Hey,
reach to beat around the Miko Brow bush.
There we go. Thank you.
You can find
you
me
saved
all
me.
over the internet at
I was just going to keep
Tixpixel.
making it cringy.
You can find me all over the internet at Tixpixel, where I'm art fighting and I'm casually sidestepping and ignoring these I love you all to pieces chuckle fucks. No. But to get us rocking and rolling, because I know some people got to get out of here. Tomorrow, Scrunkly Cats and Deltarune at both Skeleton Alpha's channel and the Amusing Thalia's channel. I'm guessing we'll probably confirm after stream, but that is what I am hearing on
Yes,
Friday.
that is my plan. Is I will probably run a stream whenever y'all are done.
Okay, that sounds good to
Slight
me.
update on that. I got back from Pepper, Saris. They're good for Wednesday. We could just circumvent the entire problem.
Oh, well,
hell yeah. Well, there we
okay,
go.
well,
Then tomorrow, Deltarune at the Amusing Thalia's channel, and Wednesday at Skeletal Alpha's channel, doing Scrunkly Cat Afternoon. Probably the end of it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Finally, on
It's
Friday.
wrong.
On Friday, we're over at Distortion Devil's channel, where we are back in space and discovering more bodies with Cazador's Guide to the Cosmos. And then Saturday, back at this channel for more No Love War Extra. Finally, where we are dealing with even more dead bodies. Let's go with Of the Devil. And that's me for this week. I'm gonna pass the talking skull over to eeny meeny miny Kaz.
Hi, I'm Kaz. You can find me mostly on Instagram and Blue Sky at Catastrophe I'm just working on stuff. That's pretty much it. I have to apply for a contest in like a couple weeks, so we're making progress. But I'll be out at a couple local events over the next few weeks. Just kind of hanging out. So yeah, that's me. I nominate Leah.
I'm Leah. I was nominated. I am available on my social media. Pretty much mainly just, at least for the moment, Blue Sky, where you can also find Xenolis Grim at Blue Sky. Other than that, you can find me doing streams either on my channel, on Twitch, at Amusing Thalia, as was mentioned. And I'm also running the Cosmos game on Fridays on Kano's channel, Distortion Devil. Those are the places you can find me for now. I also do art, mostly maps right now, but I also do other art. That's me. I'm gonna, because I tossed him under the bus, I'm gonna toss the skull to Xenolis Grim.
Thank you, Leah. You can catch me over at twitch.tv/SanalisGrim. Probably more next week than this week. I've got a lot of cancellations due to people traveling and vacations, which is honestly great. But if you want to see what I am up to, you can catch me over on my Blue Sky, as Leah mentioned, as Analyst Grim. But that's it for me for now, so I'll throw it to Skelly.
Hooray. I'm Zan's favorite and totally not the last person that he can select. Hi, I'm Scaly Alpha. You can find me on Blue Sky and Twitch under the same name. This coming week, look forward to more of the Paper Mario and the Cosmic Caper, which is a tabletop game set in the Paper Mario universe. We just started session 1 last week, so it'll be weekly Thursdays. I'm also going to be doing the off fan game, as Sarah said, on Wednesday this week instead of Monday. I will probably be hanging out with Leah on Monday for the Deltarune run, and I'll definitely be on Leah's channel on Tuesday for the tabletop talk. And that's going to be a lot of art fight, and I got invited to a new Minecraft SMP, so I'll be doing that in the interim as well. And that's it for me. So I guess that will leave it to Vaughn at this point.
Hi, you've already found me at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Blue Sky and YouTube at Burnout Vaughn, over on Patreon at Burnout's Bar. Things are kind of all over the place because tomorrow we have session 0 for Pack Tactics. Supposedly Thursday we have another session of Pack Tactics. Then we have No Love War Extra, where we are just reenacting the parts of Phoenix Wright that pissed me off. And I'm just like, you baited me. You tricked me. You had such good writing. And now you just made it this fucking... I'll make my peace with it. We'll have fun times. But with that out of the way, I saw Connor just went live, so we'll raid him. What should our raid message be?
It should chuckle fucks.
I was gonna possibly give Mikkel Brandis people.
I like Chuckle Flux.
I am also for Chuckle Fucks.
Okay. Chuckle Fucks it is.
Chuckle Fuck it is.
Alright guys, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.